right now is Who the Fuck Knows. Jaffe Stream is what it's called, I suppose. It's the same show we've been doing the last couple of weeks. Welcome to the show. It's nice to see everybody. Let me make sure you can actually see me if you want to. You may not want to see me. Like, get that face out of here. Hang on, let me just fix the screen. I have a bit of a new layout today. 1 second, fellas. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to your Monday. I hope you're having a nice... Why doesn't this look better? Why can't I make the goddamn thing fill the screen? But I don't want to show that. Well, maybe I just have to. Maybe you just have to fucking live with it, Jaffe, you idiot. You can't tell me what to do. Hey, remember Macarena? That was really big for a while. I figured out what it is. 1 second. I figured out what it is, fellas.
You're doing it, Jaffe. You're doing it.
I'm doing it like a big boy. I know what I'm doing. You can't tell me what.
You're in the wrong call, by the way.
What do you mean? What call am I supposed to be in?
You're in the Gavin and Games call-in channel.
Yeah.
And not the call-in show channel.
Oh, yeah? Let me fix that.
I'll drag you.
Okay, please do. What the fuck just happened to my Discord? What the fuck?
Here we go. We're in the right channel.
Is this the channel? Is this the place? Hang on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Give me 1 second, fellas. I'm so sorry. I am sorry. I am so sorry. Hang on, folks. We got a big show today. I don't know if it's a big show. It's an interesting show.
Ooh. I got your daughter Sushi.
Oh, is my baby home? She's home from work now?
She's home. She's home from work. She's having a great time.
Hi, baby. Hi, my baby girl.
She loves sushi, but hates fish.
I'm with her, man. I get it. I get it. 100%.
She's like, rice and avocado, let's go. But anything else.
Oh, so she likes vegetarian sushi.
Yeah, but it's just the avocado roll. That's it.
All right, hang on. Why is my screen looking so stupid? Yeah, it's a dumb old screen. You know what? You have to be nice to me, brain. You have to be nice to me. Where is my pop-out window, you fuck? You staggeringly stupid fuck. Give me what I... Hang on. Window.
The stream is black.
Well, you're a little racist.
Well... Is it really my fault? I
don't know. Maybe the way you were raised.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, I think we're good. I think we're good to go, my friends. All right, fellas, let me put myself in the camera here, and we will begin the show. What nice people you are waiting for me. I appreciate that. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Look, if you want to call in and be part of the show, put yourself in the Discord. It's a chill show. What are we doing these days? We're doing a show which is kind of almost going back to our roots. It used to be called the Jaffe Stream when I first started numerous years ago. We kind of got into game content. We're still doing game content here, and we'll even do some game content today. But the truth is, I'm just... I'm getting kind of bored of it. I'm not getting bored of playing games. Like let me give you my theory because it's kind of it's formulating in my brain pan, which is like lately I've been playing a lot. Fish, you don't have to join the Patreon. Why? The patriarchy? Maybe. Wink. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap. I'm really excited to play that new Sims ripoff game that just came out in Zio. Yeah. And so, it's not that I'm not playing games as much. It's just that some of the narrative stuff recently, it's not that it's bad at all. I got to a point where it just feels like I need a break from it. I don't think I'll ever be over it, but I'd rather just talk about other things unless it's really big stuff. And again, Mutant Mo says, ease back into it. The fire will rekindle. The fire hasn't gone out. I'm still playing a shit ton of, like I said, Call of Duty has me enraptured. Marvel Snap has me enraptured. I'm still playing a lot, but I'm playing more gamey games in less narrative games. Maybe because I'm watching a lot of TV right now, and there's some really good TV on right now, and that's kind of scratching that narrative itch. I don't entirely know. But we will be talking about games today a little bit. Hello, Pompish. There you go. Is this better, Pompish? Do you feel like you're getting the love you need that you never got from your pop? I understand. Thank you, buddy. Good to see you. Big news today, Jaffe, in call-in waiting room. All right, well, if there's big news, we have to go to it right away. I do have some stuff. I want to talk about Grums today. I want to talk about the Doom previews today. There's a handful of things I definitely want to talk about. We were given a video that somebody made about me that says, I think it's called What Happened at...
Pompish 2.0 has just donated $9.99 through Super Chat.
Why do I love Pompish? Because he's a baby who looks like Abe Lincoln. So...
$10.
Yes, thank you, buddy. Very, very, very much. But we're going to talk about the Doom. We're going to talk about Grums. Somebody made this video, said, what happened to David Jaffe? I want to give it a look. We'll watch that together unless it's boring. But I was talking to somebody earlier, and they did not like this video. They said, this video is really bad about you. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm so excited now. I can't wait to watch it. But first, Twisted Twink in the chat says we have some news. Let's bring him in. Well, you old so-and-so, what's the big breaking news? Are you lying to me just to get on this very famous television show?
No lie.
All right, what's the news? What you got?
Well, first, I have to tell you that before I say anything, it involves someone having $400,000 in damages. So if
I don't give a shit about Billy Mitchell. That fucking shit.
You know already?
Come on, man. Who gives a shit?
Who's Billy Mitchell?
Billy.
Who gives a shit? Are you crazy? This guy, he's like the biggest scam artist in video game history. Well, but he just got off again, and now this guy's got to pay him $500,000
for defamation, right? Because Billy Mitchell was the guy in the King of Kong. That it was
the liar, the scammer, the cheater.
Perhaps that may be true.
Allegedly.
Well, that may very well be true, but what I'm saying is somebody. But talk about why he won the lawsuit, though, right? He came after. Oh yeah, Switch 2 is tomorrow. You goddamn right, K-Nubs. He says, you know damn well you're streaming Switch 2 Direct. Yes, that is true. Yeah. I'm excited for that. But yeah, go after the Donkey Kong guy. Like, what? Somebody went after him and said what? Twisted.
Yeah, so Carl Jobst, who's a great video game content guy, he does lots of speedrun stuff. I love him. I've been a fan. I've been following this lawsuit for years. And Billy Mitchell, he just goes after people. He destroys you financially.
But why did he go after this guy?
Well, allegedly the defamation and all that, and so they did the judge made his ruling today over in Australia, where Carl's from, and the judge is like, I don't know if he's in his pocket or what, but it's like crazy that he. But what is
it that Billy Mitchell is alleging that this guy said about him? That Switch is Wednesday. You're right. I'm sorry. I can't wait.
All the videos that Carl's made, just talking about Billy Mitchell and all the abuse and harassment that he's caused people, all the lawsuits and all the lying and cheating that he's done over the years. That's a lot of it's been proven by multiple sources.
Right. So Billy Mitchell sued the guy because he said you're defaming me. Correct.
Right.
And then what was the judge's logic for why he thought that was correct? Did you read it or did you see a summary to say this?
I watched it live as the judge. They showed the court footage live as he gave his ruling. And he just one of the things that bothered me was the judge was just basically saying that Carl's like a bully or something. And it's crazy. That's the whole thing that Billy's been doing. Carl was just reporting on and doing what Billy was doing to everyone else. And the judge just totally took Billy's side.
Have you seen what not the fan response, but like, have there been any legal people chiming in, like on Talking Heads and stuff, like Hoag's Law and stuff, and saying this is crazy? Or what?
This is just like an hour ago this happened, so I haven't seen any videos on it yet. But apparently they did some litigation after the judge's ruling, some questions about settlement. So there might be settlement or something where he doesn't have to go into the full 400,000 damages or something. Yeah. I guess they're still debating.
My guess would be, there's two options, right? There's either the judge is corrupt, which, it's not that I lose attention and it's not that I lose attention, Big Mac. It's just that I need to get to the essence of it, because frankly, my guess is the judge is not kind of coming out and saying Billy Mitchell's the greatest guy ever and this Carl guy's a loser. But chances are maybe in those videos he made, there may have been some things that were presented like that were assumptions or opinions, but they were presented as fact. And maybe even though the judge may think Billy Mitchell's a piece of shit, end of the day, if you're presenting something as fact and you don't have the evidence for that particular thing, maybe that's where he got tripped up. I have no idea, but I haven't really been following it.
Well, Jaffe, I don't know fully understanding your like Keemstar involvement, but there is a related element there.
What's that?
Do you have a involvement with Keemstar? I don't want to mess up your revenue or your.
You're not messing. No, I stream a show over on his network called Lulcow Madhouse Monday. Just tell me. I don't give a shit.
Not say anything.
Oh, nothing would mess. Just tell me.
It's controversial.
Just fucking tell me.
There's some sort of association with Keemstar and Billy Mitchell and this guy that who was challenging Billy Mitchell in some way, and Carl Jobst claims that he committed suicide, and that Carl Jobst says that it was because of Billy Mitchell that he harassed him to death, that he buried him.
That Billy,
that was part of defamation.
That Billy Mitchell did that is what he claimed. And then, so what does that have to do with Keemstar, though? I don't understand.
Well, that's the thing. Today, when the judge was reading his ruling, he mentioned Keemstar had some involvement in some way. I don't know what it is. I have to do some research. I just thought that was kind of topical because relating to what was just discussed in the Discord about all this stuff. And I don't know anything about it. I'm still learning, but it is interesting to look into.
It's absolutely interesting. I mean, I'm looking at something about, I'll bring it up a little bit later about Keemstar that came up about a UFO hate group. And I wasn't looking up anything on Keemstar. It just came up because he's in the thumbnail. So, but again, what is this show about today? Big Mac, it's just the show, man. It's just chilling. We're going to talk news. We're going to talk games. We're going to bring people in. Is there any gaming news? A little bit, buddy. But look, here's what I want to be very clear about with that. Right now, for the time being, when it's called Gabbin' and Games, which I'm going to do 1 to 2 times a week, it is going to be video game news. When it says the Jaffe stream, it's going to be who the fuck knows. It's like a mystery box. It's like a grab bag, baby, which I appreciate, and I hope you enjoy those topics. But if not, I would love to see you watching when we do Gabbin' and Games, and it will be labeled as such so audiences don't get frustrated. But and we also are, of course, going to be streaming the Switch 2 Direct coming out in what is it? Wednesday. Looking very, very much forward to that. But on the
all right, Jaffe.
But I just want to say, Twisted, though, well, hang on. Well, let me respond first to what you were saying. On the Keemstar thing and all this, that, and the other, because I know how it kind of ties into what we are going to be talking about with this video coming up. You know, for whatever it's worth, my perspective on this is, on all this stuff, is I don't traffic in this world. I just make videos and stream and talk about things I think are cool. And I don't.
J Lord has just
hang
donated
on one sec,
$10
Twisted.
Australian dollars through Super Chat.
Yeah.
Thanks, pal. As a former developer, don't you want to go back to the days when you could make the games you made us still be a proggers IVS?
What's happening?
Before all the anti-woke. I mean, I don't want to make games anymore, J Lord. I appreciate the super chat, buddy. He's very generous. Thanks, sir. I don't really care about making games anymore. But if I were to make games today, I probably would not make them at the AAA level. I would want to work with a AA developer or publisher because that's sort of, there's more freedom there. And in that, you know, I have a feeling I'd be able to make whatever the fuck I wanted as long as I could prove it was a commercial product. But I don't traffic in all this shit, man. I don't, you know, I think Grums is funny to talk about, right? I think if somebody were to say to me, hey, you know, Keemstar's worst behavior is not in the rearview mirror, it's still happening every day. Okay, well then I would love for that to be pointed out because, you know, there is value in not associating with folks like that. But that has not been my experience with Keemstar. And if it turns out to be my experience with Keemstar, then I'd stop working with the guy. But so far, I mean, Tech, you can speak to this, right? So far, even though I was warned about the guy, it's like he said this and he said that. And it's been a while since he said it, and he seems pretty serious about getting rid of people on the channel that are being, you know, racist and anti-Semitic and homophobic. And there's a lot of gay folks over there and trans folks over there. But again, I mean, I'm not defending his character. I barely know the guy. But, I mean, has that been your experience, Tech?
That is my take. But people are going to say that I'm like a sellout corporate guy. So it's kind of hard for me to argue that position because I would work with some people who have like a storied past. I don't know. You know, honestly, if he was like this racist fucking asshole dude currently, I'd be like, we can't do this. This is too bad for our image.
Absolutely.
This is a bad guy to interact with. That's why Pete Turtle's gone. Fuck you, Pete Turtle.
Well, I mean, I don't say fuck you, Pete Turtle, but I understand your take. Oh, I know. I understand your take on it. All right, buddy. One more thing. What was your other thing?
One more thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
hello, Tracy. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
One-time offer.
Would I like to see your what?
My trans rainbow dragon dildo on camera.
I don't know. Tech, is that okay? I'd love to see it. But...
And if you say no, is it a hate crime?
No, it's just it's a terms of service crime.
It's a non-binary. I can get away with anything I want.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, can we show dildos on? Oh, fuck it, I don't care. Show me the dildo. Let me see it. Put up the.
No, I don't have it. I definitely thought you'd say no.
Why?
I'll get it for next time.
Why do you think I would say no?
I don't know. We did have an erection cam the other day, didn't we?
You goddamn right. You goddamn right. Who the fuck you think you're talking to? You can't shock me, bitch. You can't shock me. There we go.
All right.
Dead man walking. Dead man walking. All right, Twisted. Thanks, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right,
man.
See ya.
But yeah, no, I don't know, man.
You see my trans dildo?
No, I don't want to see it. No.
Okay.
But you had a little tiff today with Keemstar as well, though. Today you kind of got the teeth out because we
bickered.
Yeah, you bickered. I was proud of you, boy. You earn your balls today.
Look, I am a man of business. Okay, I'm a man of success. I like to promote people doing their best. And today we got into an argument because I went on to a show of the Lulcow Nerds to try and promote this charity stream for veterans, right?
Right.
We already got Ken approved that he wants to do it. I didn't know Eric was going to get fired. So I was like, I'll ask Eric. Eric looks like he plays Call of Duty. Yeah. I think half the fan base is of Eric's.
Yeah, and if you don't know, it's a great charity that basically we were gonna do it with Last Stand Media, but honestly, Colin's not gonna play, and it just seems like doing it over there, we're going to get, I would love to get each of the main shows over in the Lulcow universe to put together their Call of Duty team. So Nerds would have one, Madhouse would have one, blah, blah, blah. And so all the money for that particular stream would go to this great charity where veterans who have served the country, thus that's why they're called veterans. Shut up, Jaffe. I can't stop my brain. Basically... they raise money to send them game consoles and send them to places like PAX and Comic-Con and connect them online with gaming communities so they have an outreach program so they're not feeling so depressed and alone and things like that. And I'm a big fan of what they're trying to do. And so that's all it was. And then I saw Keemstar's fiance hit back like, oh, I can't believe they interrupted the serious stream to talk about Call of Duty. And I'm like, what? That's not what we were doing. First off, I don't even think you thought you were interrupting.
No, I watched the stream for 2 minutes before. I was like, okay, they're bickering, but it's a show, right?
Yeah.
And I know that their show has been struggling with viewership or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Hey, this presents them to an opportunity to be righteous individuals that are doing something for charity. Maybe that'll help them out. But yeah, it seems like I got a lot of hate because they're like, you're not allowed to just hop into shows. That's not okay on the network.
And
then every fucking person in the network was hopping into that fucking show unannounced.
So here's what's interesting. So Darth Nugget says, who cares? So this is why I care about it. Darth Nugget, it's got nothing to do with their drama over there. It has everything to do, to me, the reason I find it fascinating and worth talking about is because it represents one of, I think, the biggest faults of people, which is I wish people could be consistently fair and not be agreeing with people just because they want favor with those people or they want to be liked by those people or those people are their friends. And the easiest description that you see it all the time on the internet is you have a friend who's having a beef with somebody and then that person says something mean to your friend and your friend just makes some kind of comeback and you automatically like it, even though it may not be funny, even though it may not be a good comeback. You don't use your own critical thinking. It's not manufactured drama, Darth Nugget. What I'm talking about is a psychological thing that people do that I find gross. That's why it's interesting to me. Tomas, thank you, buddy. Is Keem closing down shows Madhouse at risk? I don't know. But we got a banger of an April coming up. Brad says it is in our nature to be unfair. That's why attractive people are more convincing. It could be.
Went very convincing.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Yeah, Sergeant Frosty says this, I think they're called Skill Up. This charity has centers on military posts like a USO, which are gaming centers for troops, boss centers for army posts. Right. It's fantastic. I think it's a wonderful thing. We can pin the Discord link. Which one, Robert? Oh, just ours? Oh, I see. Okay. But I don't know, man. I mean, I think the problem is some of it is that, you know, a lot of you guys are younger, and a lot of you guys, I mean, I hate to paint a generation this way, but it does seem like I see it with my kids. I see it with a lot of these people on the internet. A lot of you guys take a lot of this shit real serious. Like, I don't really think it's all that real. Like, I don't care. I care about being nice to people. I care about, not siding with people that are clearly evil and cruel. But there is this thing that it's like, I just can't get my head around it. It's like, you guys would be stunned to learn how many people have worked on entertainment that you love that you don't align with philosophically, that you don't align with politically. Do you think everybody who made Twisted Metal? Hell, a bunch of those people were Mormons. They probably think I'm going to hell because I was raised Jewish. I could still sit and work with them. I still liked them. We probably never talked religion. But from a standpoint, a lot of these guys were serious. They wore the magic underwear. They gave 10% of their paycheck every single month to every single paycheck to the church.
What's the magical underwear?
It's like something the Mormons wear. It's like I don't understand, any of it. But
for the bloom?
No, it's like a body protection of the evil of what I don't fucking know, dude. But what I'm saying though is I don't agree with those folks, but it doesn't mean I don't like them, and it doesn't mean that I don't want to work with them, and it doesn't mean you shouldn't play Twisted Metal if you like it just because some people on it don't agree with your philosophy. But that does seem to be a lot of people on the internet seem to act like you guys are, everybody's living in a bubble or something. It's weird. It's a garment, says Coachy. A garment. Fine. I'm not going to hell for Twisted Metal 3. I didn't make it, motherfucker. It is true, sadly, says Fanto. LCU is Keem's playground. He's made his big bucks, and now he's doing it for fun and to sow a little chaos while pursuing further success. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I wouldn't be worried to say this to Prince. I'm reading K-Nubs' chat about Prince and Anthony. I wouldn't be afraid to say this to Keemstar's face, which is, we're providing a service for him. He's providing a platform for us. It is a transactional relationship. I'm not saying there isn't a future where a lot of what you guys think about Keemstar could be wrong, and he and I become best friends in the world. I don't anticipate that happening. I would be surprised if that happened, but I'm not like hanging out with him and having barbecues on Sunday. He's just paying us to bring our show to his platform, and we're using that in order to build our show. That's all it is. That's all it is. Jaffe, well, the goal on show, dude, if I had my colonoscopy pictures, you're obsessed. Big Mac, I have to ask, I have shown my colonoscopy pictures before. I'm very proud of them. They are absolutely clean as a whistle. Like sometimes you worry if you're going to look at the colonoscopy and you're going to see poop in there, and they're like, dude, that's a fucking clean colon. I'm like, you goddamn right. You goddamn right. It was a great experience.
You must be double knuckling, Jaffe.
No. Hey, Canty says, true. I love your show, but I'm not on the Discord for Lulcow. It fucking sucks in there. Yeah, I understand. I can understand that people would feel that way. But goddamn well, we sure do appreciate it. Canty became our first Crown member over on the. We're gonna build a statue for the woman over on the Madhouse. Hey, Morgan. So, Jaffe, was the United States successfully being the most unifying country ever with Trump on your bingo card? We got Asia to unite against us, too. Hey, I didn't vote for fucking Trump. I didn't fucking vote for that motherfucker. You out of your goddamn mind? You know, I'm very curious to see how all this shit goes down with people. How, you know, when they start losing a bunch of benefits and entitlements that they paid for, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. But hey, you know, I didn't vote for him. A lot of you guys did. Darth Nugget did. Hopefully it's going well for you, sir. Hopefully America is great again, or at least it's well on its way. Okay. Include her in the fired Eric bit. Well, now that's going to be the tricky part. If you guys don't know, we got like 60 members over on that other channel today. But it was built on the back of we're going to remake.
Bunny Stalker has just donated 10 pounds through Super Chat. Did feature creep ever become a thing in games you worked on? If so, how did you manage that?
I will answer that in one moment, Bunny. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we were going to do a Good Doctor reboot with Eric, who has autism, and the Good Doctor has autism. And now that he's been fired, I don't really know how we're going to reconcile that. So that's something we got to figure out tomorrow. Bunny Stalker feature creep was always a thing. Was always a fucking thing. And what I learned after a couple of big failures was that you really need a great, strong producer, which is why I hooked up with Shannon, people like Scott, people like Nick Conanellos, because you need people who are able to be like, you can do whatever. That was the magic sauce of Santa Monica, the secret sauce, which was you can, a lot of times when a producer has authority over a schedule, a lot of other studios will give that producer authority over the creative. And we never did that. Shannon was never, she couldn't, I mean, even though I respect her and she's artistic and creative, it was never about me and her fighting over content. It was about, Jaffe, you can do whatever you want, but this is the stuff you have to do it with.
Pompish 2.0 has just donated $4.99 through Super Chat.
You were talking about a great producer.
10 hours into AC Shadows, great story. Great graphics and gameplay. Also tech sounds like he's in a Call of Duty modern.
Yeah, we probably need to make that read aloud at $10 just so we don't get the interruption so frequently. But Pompish, I appreciate that, buddy. I'll respond to that in just 1 second. But yeah, so she was great at saying, this is what you can do with whatever you want. And if I came to her and said, but I want to do this, she'd be like, okay, we can do that, but you have to pay for that with this. And so creativity final rested with me, but the production rested with her, and it ended up being a great way to stop feature creep, is what I would say. 10 hours into AC Shadows, says Pompish. Great story, great graphics, great gameplay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played it yet. I don't know when I'll get to it. I have it, but what I will tell you is that, yeah, I mean, that's maybe another one of the reasons I'm sick of talking about proper video game news, or video game news as it is out in the Twitter sphere. And it's just like, I can't have enough. I mean, I'm literally still seeing when I started doing these more focused game streams, because I started doing this thing called the Jaffe Stream for a few years. Then we did Gabbin' and Games for a very long time. And a lot of the guys that were still on Twitter bitching about console warring, they're still doing it. They're still fucking doing it. It's been years. It's been 84 fucking years. It's like, I don't care if you don't like a game. I don't give a fuck if you don't like Assassin's Creed, if you don't like Dragon Age, if you don't like the previews of Doom. And maybe what it is I've been doing it long enough that I'm starting to see what I saw when me and Cliff Bleszinski were getting shit back in the day for saying pretty soon all games will be digital. And people called us idiots. They were dicks to us online. And we ended up being totally right. Okay. And now you don't ever hear anybody questioning it. That it doesn't mean they don't love their physical games. I know some people do. But the mainstream market has moved far away from that. Yes, absolutely. Limited run is born, Frosty, because there will always be someone to fill in the gaps, capitalistically speaking, for something people want, right? But that mirrors the whole thing with service-based games, and we hate this, and we don't want consoles to go away, and we don't want streaming, and all this shit. And it's like, you know what? I'm tired of arguing with these people. It's not that they don't have a right to their opinion, but I'm just telling you the way it is based on what we're seeing, and they want to have a fucking fight ad nauseum about it. And I just can't fucking do it anymore because I'm like, well, just wait and see, man. Just fucking wait and see. Literally, Netflix shut down all their console shit. They shut down their AAA studio with Ralph Garcetti, who was one of the most brilliant people working in AAA video games today. And they said they did it yesterday because they were like, today, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, they're not even thinking about PlayStation 6. They just don't care. They want to play what they want on any screen they want. The most profitable game of the last 2 weeks is a fucking game made by one guy on Steam, which is basically kind of a ripoff of Drug Simulator. What's this one called? Session 1?
Section 1.
Section 1. I own it. I haven't played it. Right? But what I'm saying is we will. But what I'm saying is it's like I don't care anymore because the proof is in the fucking pudding, and you see what the younger generation is playing, and they will decide what the future is. And I have been telling you this for months, for years, and half of you guys come at me and tell me I'm an idiot and I'm a fucking old man. I don't know anything. And I'm like, fine, then I won't talk about it anymore, but just wait and fucking see, because you're seeing it right now. Schedule 1 was one guy. It probably cost the guy $300K. And for whatever reason, that's what people want to play. It's not, Monster Hunter Wilds is doing great, of course, and AC may be doing great or whatever, but it's like a bunch of fucking old folks home people arguing over a high school football game that happened when they were in high school. And it's like, dude, you've not been in high school for 60 years. Let it go. And just play shit or don't play shit, but shut the fuck up about it. Maybe that's what it is. I've just reached the end of my fucking rope, man. Reached the end of my fucking rope is what I would say. Big Mac, why are you obsessed with your colonoscopy? What is the deal? You had a colonoscopy. Welcome to adulthood. What's the problem?
You spent how much on it? Like $2K?
I don't know how much he spent, but I don't know where he lives. But my God, do you want to have a colonoscopy show? Let's talk about colonoscopy.
I know a guy behind the Home Depot who can do it for half that price.
Absolutely.
He pays you.
Necro says, seems like the new version of digital only stance is the AI stance. Everyone argues now, but in a few years, it'll be a prominent part of games and everything else.
Yep.
Canty says you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You goddamn right.
Did you, Jeff, did you hear about the recent issue with demos on Steam, where Steam's been finding more and more of these accounts that are posting demos of games that are just there to steal your information?
No, I mean, I know they try to squash those whenever it turns out they find them, but I didn't know it was a bigger problem.
It's been on the rise the last 3 months.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
So be careful. Be
careful what you download. Absolutely. I will say this. The Doom previews came out today. I'm excited for that game. I love the last 2 Doom games. The previews, again, what am I going to do? Not play it? I guess that's the point. It's like, who gives a shit what we say about it? It's coming out on Game Pass. You're going to play it. I'm going to play it. Yeah, it sounds like it's a little too open worldy for me. It sounds like they leaned a little bit too much into stories for me. But I'll play it and I'll let you know. Fat Mish says I'm excited for Doom and the new Painkiller. Yeah, it may end up being that Painkiller, without any of its obnoxious cutscenes and big open worlds, and it's just balls to the wall action, becomes the game that people who wanted Doom the New Age to actually be is. Brad, shut up. The left. It's not a political thing. I'm not defending Ubisoft. I'm telling you, Assassin's Creed looks good, and I love Star Wars, and I loved the Crew Motorfest. I don't care. It's got nothing to do with politics. It's got to do with the fact that I enjoyed those games. Oh, Tomas. Tomas says, hey, can you tell Tech not to point the camera again? I can smell his rotten fingers through my screen. Oh, I know.
I only wipe with my left hand, and I always point with my right.
Anyway, let's move the fuck on, shall we? What else?
What hand do you use to wipe, Jaffe? Your left or right hand wiper?
Oh my God, stop. You're such a weirdo. Okay, here's the deal. Here's another game I am excited about, by the way. There was some leaked footage, I'll show it to you right now, or leaked screenshots, sorry, of the new, and I think what it is I'm really, more of my focus is about core gameplay right now. I'm just not really interested in experiences at the moment. I just want games right now. And so Respawn is working on a strategy game for Star Wars with the guys who broke off of Firaxis, who did XCOM, and it looks good. I mean, for what it is. I mean, it's not out yet, but I'll take a fucking XCOM Star Wars. Yes, please. Right? This looks pretty good. You're a strategy guy, Tech Protect, right?
I am.
This is pretty good. Look at this.
I've done maybe like 40 playthroughs of XCOM 2, and then another 20 of like Enemy Within.
Yeah.
I would play the shit out of this game.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. Jaffe defends these games because he politically disagrees. No, that has nothing to do with it. You're an idiot and you're trolling Brad. You know you are.
Does R2D2 believe in abortion? What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I don't really give a shit. Who gives a fuck about politics? Seriously, Tomas. You should. You fucking should, because there's some that's exact. Look, I don't want to retread stuff I've already talked about on my earlier show today, but let me just explain something to you. And I don't know. Let me see if there's any updates on this. NBC. I mean, JFK. If this story is true, NBC has been accused of hiding a videotape or film of the Kennedy assassination, where Lee Harvey Oswald has been placed at the crowd by the limo when he was killed. And they've been sitting on that tape, according to the United States government, according to Representative Anna Paulina Luna of Florida, who is running the government transparency unit, that they've been sitting on this tape for 60 years. And this idea, who cares about politics? Buddy, if this ends up being true, and I know Canty's putting Illuminati signs, I would agree with you, but this is coming from a sitting representative on major news networks accusing NBC, and they say, we know they have this video. Now, she could be a nutcase. I have no idea. But that's a pretty crazy accusation to make.
Scary.
And if it's true, what else had they been lying about, is all I'm saying. So I think politics can be important, depending on what we're talking about. So, all right. Okay. The American people deserve to know. Yeah, but I mean, I mean, do we deserve to know? Sure, but we never know. We've never been told the truth, right? That's one of the biggest problems right there, which is all these people have this assumption that America is some land of the free, and it's probably freer than most, but a lot of that's propaganda.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a negative way, like America's bad. I don't think America's bad. I just think that we need to kind of use critical thinking skills, Rocker Matt, what is Rocker Matt's question? I keep missing. I'm not seeing it. Canty, you're at work. Mondays fucking suck. Yeah, but you own the company, man. You can take off and go to the movies, baby. Come on now.
Jaffe, what is the story you wanted me to ask you about regarding Sammy Hagar's heavy metal in
Oh,
TM
yeah.
2012?
Yeah.
You want me to ask you about...
Ask me that. I'll tell you right... Oh, okay, I'll tell that. And then, Tech, remind me to get to the Intergalactic Heretic Prophet from Naughty Dog. No, so what it was, and I know that this sounds minor, but I was so pissed off, and it really does paint a great picture. Again, I'm a huge fan of Scott Campbell. He's a great producer. He was a great partner, great guy to work with. But we just had, I looked at everything we did as art. And I don't mean we were making art, but that's how I saw it. And I think he looked at it as art when he could. But as a good producer, he was just like, we got to go, we got to move, we got to move. And thank God, because we wouldn't have shipped it without that mentality. But sometimes, especially when we were business partners, he wouldn't really fill me in on things that I feel I needed to know. And that was one of them. So at the end of Twisted Metal 2012, we have this final shot where Calypso is standing in his skyscraper, and he's looking out over his city, his domain that he surveys, his basically what he rules on Earth. And there's a big final monologue, and then lightning. We cut to black, right? And I immediately wanted the downbeat of ba-na-na-na-na-na, which is the opening guitar riff of Sammy Hagar's Heavy Metal. And instead, just because it never really occurred to Scott to think about the flow, there had to be like a 1.5 second load into RAM to play that shit. Whereas if I had been on the studio floor and I had, I would have been like, no, this has to be fixed. This absolutely has to be fixed. But, Scott and I were equal partners, and, it didn't get fixed. So instead of having this amazing moment where the game went, oh my God, what a great, powerful moment. Boom, there's the downbeat. We're into the closing credits. It felt really strange, and it felt really like it lost a lot of the hit, right? And so in that was just what I was saying, Rocker Matt, is that such a good example about why I think at the end, Scott and I probably just said, let's part as pals, let's part as friends with a great history, but this is no longer, a good marriage. That's all I wanted to say. The other thing I want to say is Mish the Bish coming in with the hish. If you can just make up words, anybody can freestyle. The point is,
Mish.
Mish has joined us on our crusade to bring Christ to the children, but not just Christ, Mohammed and Yahweh too.
Thank you, Mish. We'll eat the fish.
Thank you, Mish.
We'll make a very big wish. With your 10 gifted subs, we will fund this channel more. And then we will flub the money on the floor.
All right, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Briz says, I'm proud to be an American. You can go fuck yourself. What the fuck is the matter with you? You shouldn't be proud to be an American. You shouldn't be proud to be an American. You shouldn't be not proud to be an American. You should just be a fucking American. What does it mean you're
proud to be an American?
What does it even mean? What are you proud of?
This country has given opportunities to the most amount of people in the history of civilization.
Yeah, but you didn't. Yeah, I'm not saying there aren't things America does that I like a lot. Of course there are. But the very nature of pride in a country, in anything other than a performative 4th of July way, is goofy. Because the most patriotic thing you can do is what Colin Kaepernick did, is take a knee when the national anthem is on, right? Because that's why these people.
Cringe.
No, it's not cringe, and
it is cringe.
It's not cringe. The very thing that all these people that you're celebrating on Veterans Day and Memorial Day fought and died for is our freedom to push back on a country when the country is going in a direction we don't agree with, and to do it loudly and to do it publicly. That is America. That is what America stands for, not the Mom and Apple Pie and John Mellencamp songs and Independence Day running 20 times marathon on 4th of July weekend on TBS. It's the actual willingness to stand up when something is wrong and not go to jail for it because we don't have a dictator, at least not yet, running the goddamn country. That's freedom. And that's freedom they died for. So the most I told both my kids the most patriotic thing you can do when they were being asked to stand for the pledge, I said, if you want to stand for the pledge, stand for the pledge. If you want to say the pledge, say the pledge. If you don't, don't. But just know why you're doing it and why you're not doing it. But don't be indoctrinated. That's weird, man. That's fucking weird.
Nah, I operate myself as a stand-up citizen with great moral values, and I am here for my fellow man like every American should be. That is the most American thing.
You're just saying things. You're just saying. No, that's the most important thing a human can do. You're just kind of saying things and attributing the. No.
What's wrong with America, Jaffe?
Nothing
America's
is
so cool.
Nothing is wrong with America at all. And if I had to choose a place to live, I don't know if it would be America, if I could just snap my fingers and be anywhere, but it would certainly be in the top 10. Although America's not even in the top 15 anymore of happiness. Mexico ranks higher than America in terms of per capita, the number of people that have a happier life. Mexico, where all the rapists and drug dealers are coming from, according to Trump.
That's the average level of happiness. I'm saying that in America, you can achieve the top levels of happiness.
Well,
maybe some people are sad, but the top happy people live in America.
I don't think you have any facts to back that up. I don't think you have any facts. Briz says, okay, well, wait a minute. I am happy, but wait a minute. Briz says, if it's so bad, why do so many people want to move here? I didn't say it was so bad. What I'm saying is that the best thing a true patriot can do is look at their country as the shades of gray that it actually is and go, there are some things America does great. There are some things it does horribly. Our hands are just as bloody as any other country for the most part. Not all, of course. There's some horrible countries out there.
We do bloody better.
I guarantee you, if people who say that were asked to take an American history test about why they're bloody better, I think they would. I think they would fail a lot. Not because America doesn't have some great things; it certainly does. But you know, it's let me get these delightful Tomas. Thank you, buddy. Very, very much. Thank you, buddy. That's very generous. Only in America and a couple other places.
Hell yeah.
Can we be gifted 5 memberships? Thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate that. As do we, Lunacore. Thank you for joining. Welcome, the Diet Soda Soldiers, buddy. It is wonderful and great to have you here. But yeah, I mean, here's my point, Tech, and you must concede this point. It is dangerous to fall for propaganda. And if you really love your country, whatever that means, the best thing you can do is be on guard against all of these parties that want to manipulate, control, and basically protect their true bosses, which are the corporations and the top 1% earners, right? So to believe a message that has been run through PR ad nauseum in order to get people to wave a flag and vote a certain way, ask yourself how great America has to be that we spend hundreds of millions of dollars on elections. If we were really about democracy and a republic and it was the best man or best woman wins, we would not have to spend all of this fucking money to get people elected. Bernie would probably be in the White House or having just left the White House because people on the right and the left both go, that guy was probably better than Trump or Biden or Hillary when they were running. I'm just saying. You know,
I don't know, Jaffe. It's very like hippy dippy speak to me.
Briz says in the UK, if you say something they don't like, they throw you in jail. Right. I'm totally opposed to that. I think their free speech laws are horrific over there.
There's a very big story in the UK like a month ago where a guy retweeted what his neighbor posted. Like his next door neighbor posted like some quote unquote hate speech thing. Right?
Hey!
Tomas has just donated £19
Where's
and
the
99
picture?
pence through
Where's
Super
the
Chat.
picture of the guy?
Don't spend it all in one place, space exhaling.
Top studio.
I want to show it.
Anyways, he retweets
no. Anyways, not anyways. Thank you, Tomas. Thank you for supporting our show. We appreciate that. Look, anyways, I got to get back to my point. Tomas just dropped $20. Thank you, Tomas. On top of that, you gave us memberships. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Tech was raised in a fucking barn, apparently, that has no goddamn manners. But anyway, continue.
There's a jungle in Mexico.
Yeah, continue.
But yeah, he retweets his next door neighbor's post, which is seen as like being hateful or inciting violence. He didn't post it. He just retweeted it. And the guy who retweeted got arrested.
Okay, but I know. But here's what I'll tell you. Like Fanto says, I live in England, and that's absolute rubbish. He said rubbish because he's in England, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, I don't understand the laws over there. My understanding is, though, that they don't have the same, like, hate speech is a crime over there, is what I understand. Now, but Fanto, if you're saying that's not true, educate us.
The story was that the guy who retweeted someone else is like, I feel threatened by that post because that person said it, and that person doesn't like me, so I feel unsafe.
Okay, but maybe did you look into the case? Was it maybe the cops were like, we have reason to be concerned about this guy making a threat?
There wasn't a direct threat. It was just like, me and this person have squabbled in the past. We've gone in rough and tough, and I don't know how British people speak. Yeah. But, you know, essentially was like, I don't like this guy, and this guy made a post that could be perceived as threatening, and I don't like him, so take him away.
Well, here's what I'll say. Sir Gobbledygook says, I've lived in North Carolina, San Diego, Tijuana, New York, Virginia, Nevada, and Japan. My wife has lived in Slovakia, New Zealand, Australia, and now Denver. Everywhere sucks for different reasons. Right. I mean, I think that is absolutely the main takeaway. Is it's not that that's what I'm saying. America doesn't have a monopoly on good stuff. We have some great stuff. We have some tragic stuff, just like a lot of other countries. And all I'm pushing back on is the performative patriotism that is goofy as shit and damaging. Because in the chat right now, you've got Briz saying, do you remember 9/11 when everyone was patriotic, thanking police and firefighters? That is long gone. Well, no, it really isn't. But here's the problem with it, is that it's nuanced, right? I support our troops 100%. Unless you're talking about some real extreme cases where even though their generals said they have to do something, they should have known better. But in 98% of the time, I support our troops, but I don't always support the mission, right? So 9/11, after that, we were me and my wife at the time and all of our friends, we were all going, this is ridiculous. Why the fuck are we invading Iraq? And so you're not being patriotic. I'm like, I'm being plenty patriotic. I'm questioning the government telling us that we need to go attack a country that had absolutely nothing to do with 9/11. So who's the patriot? The people that were questioning a false narrative being sent to us by the government, which sent not only our troops to die, but hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians to die. I would say I was the patriot. My wife was the patriot, not the guy driving around with the fucking flag on their car going, playing Toby Keith and going, yeah, I'm American. No, you're just a fucking sheep. Sorry, but it's true. I agree with that too. The stuff we debate and discuss is manufactured to keep us divided. You goddamn right. Okay.
I love America.
You're such a dick. You're such a peenor, as the kids say. Okay. I want to watch this video that I got sent. Well, here's a question, Tech. I want you to read the audience response and you tell me what we go to next. Do we go to the video? It's 10 minutes long, called What Happened to David Jaffe? Or do we talk about Opera GX, the web browsers, tweeting, we're currently developing a feature that will remove any trace of grums from the web. And that is coming from the official Twitter account of the Opera browser, which is a video game centric. It's like a browser for gamers.
It's a gamer's browser. Yeah, I think we do both, but I think you have to watch the What Is Up with David Jaffe video.
Okay. Lulcow Goons, I've not used Opera yet. Okay, I'll watch the video first. Do we want to watch it in general chat? Because I know some people were in there. I don't know if that room is still active.
No, we should do it here.
All right. Well, if you guys are watching the stream in the JoJo D room and you want to come in here because you guys turned me on to this video. Okay.
Except for Anthony.
I have never used Opera. I have no idea. It's not that Darth says it's a huge deal for the 4 people who use Opera. It's not that. It's the fact that this guy is just so intolerable, and he's just so he's just such a toxic piece of shit. That it's nice to see some pushback of people going, you know what, dude? Sit the fuck down, buddy. If you don't want to play these, nobody needs you and your fucking hyperbolic horse shit nobody's looking for you to do anything, to save anything other than, maybe nothing really. It's just gross. I think he's a little piece of shit. I can't stand the guy.
Come on, Grums?
Yeah, I can't stand him.
Yeah, fuck you, Grums. Take me to court, bitch.
He can't take you to court for saying fuck you. Okay, let's bring up this video, though, called... Oh, I saw on the couch. No, not that one. I'll show that later. Here it is. What happened to David Jaffe? Talk to the chat for 1 second. I have to go get Doritos because I'm hungry.
All right, boys. What do you guys think happened to David Jaffe? What do you think? What do you think is Jaffe's biggest issues? Huh? What's making him be this grumpy old man? He doesn't want to play video games anymore. He doesn't want to talk about the games. What's going on? Huh? Jaffe's just jealous he can't sit there and watch Trump addresses for 100K plus views a video. Who the fuck is watching Trump for 100K views? Authority, low T, having a producer with a shitty mic. Fanto, send me some Amazon gift cards in the fucking Discord, dog. I will buy a new mic. Hi, Techie Wecky. I like Tomas. Tomas is great. Where do I start? He's just super tuned in his older age. Tuned? I don't know what that means. He needs a colonoscopy. A colonoscopy. Yeah, true. He said today he liked the colonoscopy because of the drugs he took. So it's confirmed he'll do butt stuff for drugs. He's a troublemaker. He's defiant. Asmongold. He probably burned out from Lulcow to this. I don't know. He feels more alive than I've ever seen him. I think he's just trolled on Reddit and YouTube because it's an easy target because he doesn't have a filter. True. Jaffe's the most unfiltered fucking person I've ever met. Thanks to BB. I think you're great. BB. Thank you, brother. Inshallah, honestly. Dude, I'll send you a mic. Fat Mitch. Look, guys, I'll buy a mic on Amazon. Send me the fucking... My name's Tech Protect on Discord. Drop me the fucking Amazon gift cards. I'll buy a new mic. It's my shit. We love Jaffe for how unfiltered he is. That's true. He is very unfiltered. And like he said about his old producer, the lady whose name I probably should have known, he appreciates someone who lets him do the creative shit he wants to do, but just gives him the tools in which how to achieve it. And that's my fucking goal here. But he's a little baby sometimes. What happened to David Jaffe? Jaffe became old, found a young clone of himself, saved said clone from another clone, and died being impaled on a branch. Maybe. P-Turtle needs a colonoscopy 5 times in a row.
Is Canty in the chat? Sending
here.
No. In Discord, she says, I can't. Tech says, I can't rest. Look what I caught at one of my jobs. Was her catching somebody sleeping at her work?
Her employee was drunk at a job site. Yeah.
Okay. Did she fire them?
Maybe. You know, in the state of Nevada.
Oh, shit. There's a picture of the guy. Well, poor guy. I mean, he's probably an alcoholic, right?
So in Nevada, at least at my companies that I've worked for, if an employee tells you they have an alcohol problem and then they have an incident like this at work, you can't directly fire them. You have to go through a process of getting them counseling or offering them like a discounted counseling.
And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are like, that's bullshit. That's bad business. But, you know, I don't know. People need help. We need to be nicer to people. I don't fucking know. Here's a video called What Happened to Jaffe. I don't fucking know. Let's see. All right. Can you guys see it? Here we go.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, your dinner was bad? That sucks. That sucks, Tracy. All right. This is from a guy named Vicarious Nick. What happened to David Jaffe? Here we go.
Hey guys, what's up? Nick here once again. And today we're going to be talking about the man, the myth, the used to be legend, David Jaffe.
That's me!
I want to start this video out with saying that I'm not here to start drama. I'm not here to put anybody on blast. And
I don't know who you are. How can you start drama?
And I want David to know, if he is watching this video,
that
I am a fan. I have always been a fan of his work. He's forever respected because he created my favorite gaming series of all time. He created Twisted Metal. He obviously has a creative mind, and he is an interesting person.
Goddamn right.
And I think a good artist. On top of that, he's also, of course, made God of War and a few other games along the way to give him the recognition that he has today. However, that brings me to this video.
I'm sorry to eat on the mic. Rob, if you and Tech want to, I would be totally fine with that. If they want to, yeah.
Video, and the reason I'm making it is that as of late, and I mean, I want to say it's as of late, but in reality, it's probably been the last like 3 or 4, maybe 5 years now, that he's really just gone down this rabbit hole of making really odd decisions in just for the name of fame, maybe fortune. It's really just for clout, and it's gotten so obvious and gross. And yesterday's announcement really cemented it for me that I just don't know if I can support him anymore. I used to just stay subscribed to him, again, because of my respect for his past and what he's done for the gaming community and what he's created. And I mean, to be honest, this channel wouldn't even be in existence if it wasn't for this man's brain.
What's up,
so
fuckers?
That's why even if he, I don't know, if he did...
We're watching this video that people seem to be upset about. I haven't seen it. This is the first time I'm watching it.
Something really, truly horrible and had to leave the internet forever, I still would have a little bit of respect left for him because of what he did in the past. However, it's about what he's doing in the present that really is just giving me the worst vibes imaginable when I look at this guy and when I watch his content, and I just can't do it anymore. Okay. And I'm genuinely depressed making this video and talking about this, but I figured...
That's worrying that you're genuinely depressed because somebody's making something you don't like, but let's keep going, my friend.
I should, because a lot of you probably don't know about this or don't know what's happening if you don't keep up to date with his current YouTube career or his streaming career or whatnot. So in the past few years, he definitely switched from doing just gaming content or talking about gaming and gaming streams / podcasts to more on the political spectrum of things. He still does do some gaming content here and there, like some live streams of a different game, like he did Wukong and stuff like that. But those are very far and few in between, and it definitely shows that that's not where he gets most of his viewership from. And obviously, he knows this as well. So he really shifted into doing more.
I assure you, my political content never does well at all. At all.
More of this political crap where he does these clickbait titles with clickbait thumbnails to get a rise out of people just for views. And if
I hope he has examples, because I mean, yes, I do marketing on my thumbnails. I want people to click on them, but they're not lies.
You look at any of his recent videos, and you look at his like to dislike ratio. Yes, on YouTube, you can re-enable the dislike if you have an extension with Chrome, and that's how I'm able to see the dislikes.
Yeah, but they're all...
Asmongold? Yeah.
Well, not only that, but it's like, why is... it's the people who are giving these things dislikes... Okay, I have to address this before he continues for a moment, okay? Number one, dislikes don't mean anything. It's not a real currency, right? In this case, whenever I do a video about Asmongold, it does two things for me. It continues to bang the drum of the stuff I very proudly and loudly support, in this case, LGBT rights. And it also brings me views. Now, are a lot of those views haters who come at me to defend their Lord and Savior Roach King Asmongold? Sure. I don't care. They come around and they kind of stir up the shit for a couple of days. We get money off the videos because the monetization is high because there's a lot of views, more than usual. And then lo and behold, the system's working as it should. Lo and behold, what ends up happening is we end up scraping off about 10% of those people, and they become viewers of the channel and hopefully fans of the channel because they're like, oh, I didn't know you had a channel or this or that or the other. That's how it works, man. I don't have like a $80 million marketing budget. This is the way that you have to do it if you're building a YouTube channel. So the fact that this guy's upset because I've got 5,000 Asmongold fans who don't like what I'm saying, I don't give a shit, nor should this guy. And more importantly, the same level of that same view of the world is marbled into every game he claims to love. You can't play God of War. You can't play Twisted Metal and see the anti-establishment, anti-authority glee with which those characters and vicariously the player smash the systems that hold down the people. So I think this guy, as somebody in the chat says, mayhaps he just needs some Xanax. I don't know. What were you going to say, Angel?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I was just going to say is that, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel at first when I was getting back into the Twisted Metal hype.
Okay.
And on top of that, as what you've stated, and again with like the Twisted Metal and God of War marketing, basically the likes to dislikes are kind of like, either you are the cause and the customer, and you bringing out more videos or video games is the effect. I mean, it's kind of basic economic supply and demand. Am I saying this right?
Kind of, sort of, maybe, not really. I don't, maybe you are, but I don't know what you're saying. So I can't tell you if you're saying it right.
Well, I was just going to say is that, it's kind of like the YouTube algorithm and how it works.
Okay. Okay. In what respect? The YouTube algorithm works how?
Like you're getting more views on a video that basically shows off clickbait or something, whether it's going to be like fully positive, like a lot of 1,000 likes, or
right.
1,000 dislikes, like what Asmongold was doing. And
yeah, I mean, how you right. And it's not even it is the algorithm, but the algorithm just simply the algorithm doesn't have a heart and soul. The algorithm responds to what people respond to. And as much as this guy wants to complain about clickbait, people respond to drama and negativity and, oh my God, did you hear about this thing? That's the business. And I try very hard to make sure that when I put videos up, even though, yes, they are over-the-top clickbaity titles, they're never lies. Everything I say in that thumbnail will be addressed in that same way in the video. So, but they are hyped up, and but this is a guy who's got 5,000, 6,000 people. He's very focused on Twisted Metal. He's very focused on a couple of games, mostly Twisted Metal. And, that's great. But it's not like he's getting tons of people watching his shit either. So I don't know what he wants. I mean, I don't really care if a video gets bad likes. I keep going back to that generational thing where it's like, people are like, you got ratioed. I'm like, I'm 53. You think I give a fuck about how many likes and dislikes I got on a video? What I would be more concerned about if I was one of these kids is going, wow, you put more stock in people liking or disliking your video than you do in what you're saying in that video. It's like, to me, the value is being able to stand there on the mountain and scream an opinion that isn't popular and not back down just because it's not popular. That's where you fucking, the men and the boys are separated. Anybody can make a video and tell people what they want to hear. How fucking easy is that? Is that the goal, though? Or is the goal to have a genuine discourse about things you're passionate about that other people may not agree with? But that's the breaks. I don't understand. Let's keep watching, shall we, Angel?
Yeah, let's keep
watching. You're goddamn right. Here we go.
Nails to get a rise out of people just for views. And if you look at any of his recent videos and you look at his like to dislike ratio, yes, on YouTube you can re-enable the dislike if you have an extension with Chrome, and that's how I'm able to see the dislikes. And it's just insane about how many people just dislike this guy. They literally hate watch him. And I've said it for months now. We goof
appreciate
about him on this channel, in my streams, in the Twist Metal Federation Discord. We goof on David Jaffe, but in my opinion, it's always been out of like fun, making fun of him, but in like a brotherly sense, or out of respect for him. I don't hate the guy. I never hated the guy, and I didn't want to make fun of him because I wanted to just bash on him. I just thought it was funny, and I think he could take the joke. I think his sense of humor is pretty dark, and he would take it lightly. But I've always called him a lulcow, or at least I have for the past few months. And if you don't know what a lulcow is, it's kind of hard to explain, but essentially it's just somebody who's a content creator that basically 90% of their audience is just there to goof on them, make fun of them, maybe pay money to keep them making shitty content so that people can continue making fun of them. And that's essentially what a lulcow is. And now he is 100% gone down that route. I actually somehow predicted this, and it's come true. He literally joined the Lulcow podcast that's run by Keemstar. I can't believe this. I literally can't believe I've been saying this.
This is why you can't believe this. You can't believe it because you are so enraptured in internet culture that you think Lulcow is a real thing. It's not a real fucking thing. This is what Lulcow is. Necro says, was this video sponsored by Ravnos? Yeah, it's not a real fucking thing. It is a platform that has... I don't remember what it is, Tech, but it's a huge amount of views. And let me tell you something. Most of what I do over there is what I did over here that never got traction, which is I did a show on this channel called I Love the Weird, where it was about aliens and UFOs and weird science and creepy, strange shit and all this crap, which I love. I could never get traction over here. That channel, it's not a massive hit right now. It's called Madhouse, but that thing does like 5 times the viewership over there that it did here. Am I supposed to walk away from finding a new audience that vibes with what we're creating because it's on a network that calls itself, ironically or not, Lulcow, you fucking moron? It's not a real thing. When you get ratioed, the bank doesn't come and repossess your home. When you get labeled as a Lulcow, you don't actually lose your rights to vote. It is not real, you fucking moron.
I thought it was a joke when I first heard about it, but David Goodrich reached out to me and he showed me pictures of it. And sure enough, I went to the live stream and there he is. He's on the podcast. And
I know Goodrich. He's
one of the
new
hosts. And this is the same podcast, by the way, that has guys like Wings of Redemption and Boogie and again Keemstar. And it's just like, I don't know what to say. You
clearly know what to say, and here's how you know what to say. You've got at least another 6 minutes of trying to not say it. Why is my camera reversed? Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's probably a setting.
Really consider it a community. It's just toxic. It's just a ton of people who are racist, homophobic, and it just blows my mind that he's jumped the shark this hard just for clout. And apparently,
buddy, you are absolutely barking up the wrong tree, my friend. Homophobic and racist, I don't tolerate any of that. Is it possible there are people there that are that? Yeah, there are possibly people in your work where you work that are that. But they're not on my show. Oh yeah, the video is minimized. Sorry, fellas. They're not on my fucking show. Has Keem said the N-word? Yes. Back in 2019. And he hasn't said it since, at least publicly. And end of the day, I don't say it. I've never said it. I never will say it. And if anybody says it on any show I'm responsible for, or I'm on their show and they do it in a cruel way, which would basically be anyone who's not a black person saying it, I'm out of there. But my God, man, I mean, the world is not black and white. It really isn't. If you cut out all the people that don't think exactly like you, I mean, seriously, can you imagine somebody claiming I am, bunking down with homophobes and racists? The fuck is this guy on about?
Paris Sauce in the chat says, the fact that this guy makes a video instead of hitting Jaffe up in a stream shows he's not confident in his perspective or himself and his self-validating.
No, I don't think it shows that, actually. Who said that? Paris, or who said that?
Eris Stoss.
No, I think what it shows is he's doing the exact same thing he's accusing me of. He knows that this would be a salacious topic for people who are into Twisted Metal. And it's not about actually getting to the bottom of it. If it were, yeah, he would reach out to me. And I don't need him to reach out to me. I don't give a shit what he thinks about me, other than using it for content. But I'm just saying that, he's just making a fucking, which is fine. Make it. I don't care. He has a right to. I support his right.
He's doing it just for the money, for the extra views. He doesn't care what happens to his reputation. And that's where I think that's important for me.
I never cared. That's why I got to do things that worked, because I didn't give a shit, you idiot. If I would have given a shit, I wouldn't have been making the shit I did. I don't care about my reputation. I care about the audience, and are they enjoying the content? Are they enjoying the game? Are they enjoying the D&D session? That's what I care about. You should worry about your reputation because that's important to you, but I don't give a fuck. What do I care? It's a short ride.
That as somebody who is a fan of his work and did respect him for his legacy, This is just
using that word legacy. Shut the fuck up. I wish video game fans had never learned the words magnum opus, legacy, artist, all this flowery romantic bullshit about the creative process. There's no legacy. I'm a guy who made some games. I loved making them. I was proud of them. Now I do shows. I'm proud of the fucking shows. It's just life, man. You're buying into the fucking propaganda and PR. Shut up and get an education.
It's like it's shooting everyone in the face.
Yeah, hell yeah. What's going on, Angel?
I was just gonna say is that I sort of bought the whole legacy stuff.
You shouldn't. It's bullshit. But continue. I'm sorry.
No. Hear me out. Hear me out on this.
Yep.
I was just gonna say is that I bought onto the whole legacy stuff because I've always thought that you've created like two of the greatest games of all time, and I've always loved playing Twisted Metal as a kid. I've always loved playing God of War as a kid because my dad introduced me to those games when I was like 9 or 10 years old.
Okay. But hopefully you don't. Hopefully you don't buy into it now. Hopefully you know that this was. Look, I'm not trying to downplay the value.
No, I don't buy into the whole legacy bullshit.
I'm not trying to downplay the work we did. I think we did great work. I love hearing that the work we did made a lot of people happy, and it meant a lot to me, and it still means a lot to me. But what I'm trying to say though is that it's just people doing shit, man. It's just people making some games, and we got lucky, and we got supported by Sony, and we got supported by marketing, and we got luckier than we didn't get lucky, and that was cool. But
shit they're excited about, fascinated by, and genuinely interested in, right?
What's that?
I said doing shit that they're excited about, fascinated by, and genuinely interested in.
Yeah, it's not anything more than that. But that's a nice thing when it works. It feels like magic, but it's not magic. No, I don't. Guy who's bored says, Jaffe, I have a question. Do you think God of War Twisted Metal could have been made without you? If not, you have a legacy for good or bad. Well, okay. I'm not saying that it may not fit the definition of legacy. What I'm saying, Jaffe's holding back tears. What I'm saying is, here's what I would say. If I were to have an actual legacy when I'm gone, I would like people to go, you know what was cool about Jaffe? Is he really cared about putting at least his version of the truth out there. He didn't want people to believe the propaganda, the PR. He wanted people to understand that that is a way to market to you, to get you to buy things. Because I genuinely think that is what this whole nation, this whole world needs, because we're so easily led by propaganda, PR, and marketing. And so if I have a legacy, that one would be one I would say cool. But, I mean, even that, I'm just doing shit, man. All right, let's keep going. Here we go.
Who is like me. It really just makes me feel gross and dirty, and I feel like shit for ever supporting him. And
I know, but that's a you problem, buddy. If the fact that I'm making choices in my career and I don't even know you or think about you makes you feel gross and dirty, think about what you're really saying. That means you had a parasocial relationship with me. You bought into the horse shit. You bought into the marketing, because there's no other way to explain it. There's no other way to explain it.
I'm just gonna say this. For me, as somebody who knows Jaffe along with your best friend Mel,
right.
I don't treat celebrity and fan friendships as parasocial.
I'm not saying you do, but this guy sounds like he does.
No. I was just gonna say is that I don't treat them like parasocial, like, oh, I'm feeling this, oh, I'm feeling that, or anything like that. We treat each other like friends, and
Chad Glamazina has just donated $4.99 through Super Chat.
Thank you, Chad. Keep going, Angel.
Okay, sorry. I was just gonna say is that we don't treat each other parasocially or anything like that, because if it's like parasocial, that's a form of a toxic friendship.
Yeah. Or just an unrealistic one. I mean, you know, I get it. I mean, maybe the reason it means a lot to me is because I grew up feeling connections with these creators like Spielberg and stuff. And I met them and they were wonderful. They were nice and stuff. But end of the day, they weren't what they were made out to be.
They're just people.
Yes. And that's not, even that you have to worry about. Because when you say, even that kind of aw shucksiness is something a lot of these people trot out to make them kind of be like, oh, he's so humble. He's just like us. You know, it's like when you have a film director or an actor, like Jennifer Lawrence did this and it drove me crazy. I like Jennifer Lawrence, but it's like, it was so clear that her like, shucks, I'd rather not be here at the Oscars. I'd rather be eating McDonald's. I'm just like you guys. It's like, we know, but it was
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, it was a bit. It was a bit. And I think that's damaging if we don't recognize it. All right.
Wait, what? I'm reading this from Darth Nugget. Yeah, Angel is super parasocial, not on Anthony's level, though. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, Anthony's crazy. Guy who's bored, I hope I didn't offend you. You did not offend me at all. It's wild to me that the creator of one of my favorite games is responding to my YouTube comments. Yeah, but you'll get over it. Stick around long enough, you'll very quickly get over it, which is delightful. Here we go.
It really just makes me feel gross and dirty, and I feel like shit for ever supporting him and liking him and looking up to this guy as a kid. You know, he made my childhood. Does that mean he has to do everything perfect and be a perfect human? No, not at all. However, doing this, going this far off the deep end just to stay relevant and
it's not to stay relevant, you moron. I love doing this. I've been doing it for 6 years because I love this as much, if not more, as making video games. What is hard about this for people? I don't look at being a YouTube streamer as a step down. I get the level of creative freedom I used to get at Sony that you can't get in AAA or most studios anymore. I get that every fucking day. Tech and I woke up the other day and said, you know what we should do? Let's do a thing where we raise money and go stay in the most haunted hotel room in San Diego. I don't have to run it by PR. I don't have to run it by legal. We're just going to fucking do it. All right? So the idea that I'm doing it to stay relevant, to what end? I'm doing it because I love the challenge of building a channel and building content every day and trying to bend to what the audience wants without breaking and giving them something they want that I don't want. Well, that's true, Goodrich. Jaffe, he says, Jaffe made me feel gross and dirty in person. The thing that you don't know, Goodrich, is you already were gross and dirty. We just didn't have the heart to tell you, baby. That's the truth. You know that's the truth. We called him behind his back. We called him, here comes Stanky Goodrich coming down the hallway. Coming down the hallway. Here comes Stanky old Goodrich. All right.
It is insane, in my opinion. I definitely think it's the wrong choice. You know,
who gives a shit? Who gives a shit what you think is the wrong choice? I swear to God, I know I'm getting older and I'm forgetting some things, but I'm almost certain I never asked you what your thoughts were on the choices I make on the goddamn day.
This is political takes. I could look past using clickbait titles and
using clickbait
names, whatever, for videos and to get views. I could look past that stuff.
I don't care what you could look past. Who do you think you are, man? Who gives a shit what you could look past?
Someone who's gonna have one hell of a follow-up video
He's in your chat every day, right? You recognize this guy's name?
I have no idea. I have no idea who this guy is. I have no clue. But now I will because he feels gross and dirty. So the stench coming off of him. I mean, Jesus. I love how, but I do. I'm going to sleep well tonight because he can look past some of my bad choices. Thanks, Dad.
At least there's that.
At least there's that. Yeah.
And of course, his crazy Twitter rants. I can look past all that. But this is just going too far. Working with these people, becoming one of the main hosts of this toxic show.
I'm not the main host of a toxic show. I have my own show over there called Madhouse. That's it. You know, Madhouse, like an asylum, kind of like what this whole game is about, you fucking idiot.
I genuinely have no words. It's just disgusting.
No, you clearly have a lot of words. And look, we've got at least 5 minutes left of them.
And
idiot.
I, for one, am 100% not supporting him anymore. You know, I'm not going to be a part of any of his videos. I'm not going to like his videos. I'm not going to subscribe anymore. I'm not going to engage with him anymore. There was a time where I would have loved to have David Jaffe on this channel, maybe interview him, maybe have him join the Twist Metal Federation.
He's not a wokey. I'm a wokey.
Discord, if he wanted to hang out with fans of the series.
No.
All that stuff. But at this point, like, if he reached out to me, I would just deny it. I would ignore him because this is just wrong. I don't want to support somebody like this. I don't want to tell you guys to go support someone like this. And on the flip side, I don't want people to go bash him either. I don't want you guys.
You guys, you're like the fucking magicians in Arrested Development. There's like 12 of you. What do you mean?
Jeff, you gotta go on his channel. You need him.
I can't. He doesn't approve of my life choices. I can't face the judgment of this bright young man.
Is going and like threatening him or doing anything.
Threatening me, please, for the love of God, you fucking Mickey Mouse horseshit piece of crap. Please, for the love of God, threaten me. Let alone not just in general, but because you don't like the direction of my creative choices. Please, for the love of God, please offer that up to me so I can sue the shit out of you, or at least finally fire my shotgun that's been sitting in the closet for 4 years because no one ever's going to break in here.
Oh my God.
At a Target.
I did not get it at a Target. The guy says to me, you don't have to be a good shot, just get close enough. And I said, that's the gun for me because I don't want to learn to be good at shooting.
Anything stupid like that. That's not what the point of this video is for. And that's what the point of this channel is for, or this community. We're better than that. And I know you guys are. So
I don't think you are.
It's really just me venting about somebody that I used to look up to, childhood hero. And
now that's an interesting video. That's an interesting video. If you say, I'm making a video about sort of the challenges of having.
Chad Glamazina has just donated $4.
Chad Glamazina.
Hey, Jaffe.
Yes?
I just played through God War on God difficultly.
Good for you.
I was both frustrated and glad to have gotten through that.
Happy 20th. Thank you, buddy. I've never been able to play through that game on that difficulty. I didn't even know it was beatable. We let the testers tune the hard difficulty, the God difficulty, and they could beat it. And I said, that's what it should be. And so thank you for playing our game, and thank you for the super chat. And yes, I agree. Happy 20th anniversary, Kratos, you old so-and-so. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
I was also going to say this, that, in my opinion, like,
Yes.
when I first saw that video, I thought it was soul crushing for me.
Come on now. What's the matter with you?
But I was just gonna say is that I thought it was soul crushing for me until you spoke with me recently and we work shit out like adults.
There's nothing to work out. We weren't having a problem. You just, there's nothing to work out. I'm a nice guy. I support pretty much anyone that I'm the most progressive guy you've ever met in the goddamn world. There's nothing to work out. I didn't do anything. I just lived my fucking life. It's not like I've donated money to people who kill puppies or something.
No. It's just that we didn't like. I mean, it's more like we worked out on like our agreements to disagreements, like talking shit out like adults, Like,
okay.
I disagreed with your direction on the Lulcow stuff, and
have you watched Madhouse?
Parts of it.
You don't like it? I'm okay if you don't. I'm okay if you don't like it. I want to know how we can improve it. Why don't you like Madhouse?
Wait, like adults, is she new here?
No. My question is more important than his. Why don't you like Madhouse? How do we make it better? Because you don't like it, because you're not watching it, right?
I'd say, in order to make Madhouse better, I'd say have it like a bit of more, interesting ranting topics. Like whether it be politics or something about the environment or maybe about Elon's Musk.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, but you're not going to look, I don't like it. I'm still a huge Spielberg fan. I don't like every movie he makes. But but anybody who knows me, and you know me, knows I am not out there harming people and saying mean things about people other than assholes. So this guy can go suck a bag of moldy dicks. Here we go.
Somebody that made me want to get into video games and game design and stuff like that as a child, and now seeing him go down this rabbit hole is insane. And not only that, but
again, a video about going, fuck you, Mute Mo. A video about, hey, there's Bunny. Hey, buddy, everybody congratulate Bunny. She is now officially a host over on Madhouse. The paperwork will get signed. You goddamn right. Goddamn right. She's the knees bees, man. But yeah, a video about, hey man, what is that like to grow up and when you realize your childhood heroes are just people? That's an interesting video. I'd love to see that. I met Steven Spielberg and he was absolutely what I thought he would be. Now, he was also performative because he's very famous and he knows he's always on when he's out in the world. And I met George Lucas, who didn't give a fuck about being on. He was rich. He made his money. He didn't give a shit and he was an asshole. Right. But that's a good video. But this sounds like the guy needs to go to fucking therapy for a year, then get back to YouTube.
It also kind of blows my mind that he's always been a huge advocate for human rights and for trans rights and
still am,
all that stuff. Yet, and he has a trans, I believe, daughter.
He still supports his son.
I have a trans son, and I have a big Kratos back there saying protect trans kids. What's the problem? Show me a piece of evidence that I don't support the trans community, the LGBT community. I would love to see it. Love to see it.
I could be wrong with that. He's either a trans son or trans daughter. I don't really remember. But he has a trans child. And
yes. What's the answer?
The answer is my source is that I made it the fuck up.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. Idiot.
He still decided to join this group, which I'm assuming you guys can understand how that's pretty problematic.
No.
And really messed up.
Why don't you provide some evidence in your rant explaining, show me. Now, look, if this guy was able to show me in the last 5 years, look, I'm not saying this guy didn't go around saying that's fucking the G word. I won't even say that, right? But maybe, but I mean, show me something in the last 5 years that's like recent where him or any of these key people have gone out there publicly and they have been really harming trans folks or gay folks or anybody in a minority position. And I will probably walk away if I actually feel like this guy feels that it's actually an offense that should be, termination wise, that I should walk away. But show it to me, because it's not like I didn't look it up. The only thing I found was that clip from 2019, 18, whatever. And that was a long time ago, and he hasn't done that since, and he's pushed back on that since.
To do that. If I was his child, I would be extremely disappointed and very embarrassed.
If you were my child, you would have. If you were my child, you would have your ass in therapy at least 4 days a week. If you were my child, I assure you, you would not be making this video.
Say this.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say this straight up. And if anybody else want to say something, go ahead. Like looking back at the video with you now, saying if I was his child, I would be embarrassed. I'm getting a lot of Vietnam flashbacks of a lot of
you were in Vietnam?
Swifty. No, I wasn't in Vietnam, but hear me out.
But you're getting flashbacks? I think you need to get to the doctor right away. It's bad enough you'd be getting flashbacks if you were in Nam. If you're getting flashbacks and you weren't even there, maybe you're the first sign of proof that reincarnation's real.
Okay.
Just a thought.
I was just going to say, I'm getting some flashbacks of what the Swifties felt when Taylor Swift was shifting her support from Israel to Palestine. And they were like, oh my God, she's hating the Jews.
Taylor Swift's in Vietnam?
No, I meant like, I'm getting flashbacks of like the Swifties, like the toxic Swifties when...
Oh, it's a metaphor. Gotcha, pal.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, well, yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. Well, let's let this guy finish it out. Let's let him finish out his video. Let's see where he goes.
Well, I don't know. I hope David sees the remarks he's been getting, the feedback he's been getting from his actual fans who are like me, who genuinely think he can be a good person, he can be a good content creator, and he has a good, interesting, creative mind, and we want to support him. But we're giving him the honest feedback that this is the wrong choice. This is stupid. He needs to go back on it. I don't know how he's going to ever fix this. In my eyes, he would have to completely 180. He would have to completely change his content. He would have to change how he presents himself, he would have to change himself 100%. And I would have to really, really give him the benefit of the doubt to ever forgive him for this. And I just don't see that happening. I really don't. I just think it's going to get worse from here on out. I think he's going to fit right in with these guys. I don't know, but it's a real shame.
Kratos, please
I hate to see it, man. I hate to see it.
I'm just Fanto says you can do it, Jaffe. What? I don't know. How are people like this alive? How are people like this actually real? Tell me this is shtick. Tell me this is amped up to 11 when it really exists at 2. What the fuck is... Villain. What?
You're the villain, Jaffe.
Am I the villain? Oh, I'm not bringing Goodrich in. He's stinky Goodrich. Smells like a toilet and rotten cheese. I ain't doing it.
We have Canty here.
Goodrich can come in anytime he wants. He knows that. Hello, Canty. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
How are you? I'm so sorry your little employee was drunk. Did you know when you hired him he struggled with alcohol, or you have no clue?
Jaffe, it's a woman. She has tits.
Really? That's a woman? Well, now I know why they're an alcoholic. Yeah. Hey, now. Okay, so I didn't know. Okay, so did you know when you hired her that she was an alcoholic?
A lot of Spanish people drink a lot, so
Tech,
I'm used to it.
Tech, you lush? You're a drinker, Tech?
Oh, I was muted. Yeah, I used to have an alcohol problem. I used to drink like every day, and then I switched to Diet Pepsi.
Same.
And I lost like 200 pounds.
Okay, so what happened? Did you fire this person, or were you more like, oh my God?
Obviously, I don't give a fuck. Obviously.
I don't know. Obviously, maybe maybe you were like, oh no,
Jaffe, you have a soft heart. I don't, because that's fucking with my money.
I know, and by them fucking with your money, it's fucking with our money.
Oh yes, yep. There you go. So
yeah, there you go. Oh man, well I'm sorry. Were they surprised, or were they sad, or what was the response? I
tell you, like, they felt that I was near them, they resurrected. They shot right up.
Oh wow. Okay, interesting. So okay, maybe. Yeah. Well, hey man, you got a successful business. I'm not cut out to run a business. I've learned that. I got too much of an artist soul, even though this guy doesn't believe it. So. Can you believe what this fucker's saying about me?
I wanted to say something. Yeah. I want to say something too.
Yes, ma'am. What's up?
You were my childhood hero, and you're a legacy because you're an artist.
Ew, shucks.
That's very hard. That's very heartfelt and wholesome.
I'm just a guy out here asking a girl to love him, or whatever that line was. I'm just fucking trying to get through the day like everybody else. And it's hard sometimes, Hard sometimes.
In our business meetings,
people's hearts.
In our business meetings, where I tell Jaffe, like, you're so creative, generationally, people love you, you're adored.
Shut up.
You made some of the most important stuff. He goes, "Shut the fuck up! I hate you, Cypher. Shut the fuck up."
Because it's just dumb. It's not like I played guitar with Prince, you guys. Come on.
True. I guess that's true.
And I was also
ew, Jaffe.
That actually worked. That was good.
Your intrusive thoughts.
What? I had intrusive thoughts?
You poured soda in your fucking pipe.
In it. No, in it. Watch. And now I'll go.
Ew.
Why is that ooh?
Because I know you don't fucking clean it.
Oh, you're supposed to clean it? All right.
Yeah, you're supposed to clean your pipes.
I would like to finish this video if that's okay. Here we go.
And even before all this, I mean, the fact that he was getting views from fighting with Asmongold back and forth with their videos, and, it's clear as day that he's making these terrible points in his videos, even though they're getting all disliked to all hell, they're getting views. I mean, 27,000 views when his normal videos get anywhere from like 500 views to 2,000 on average. That's like my channel, right? If I get a video that gets 30,000 views, that's a pretty big difference. So
right. So why do you think? Why am I covering topics that are more commercial, dickwad? You fucking moron. Because they get views. But I still stand by everything I said in that fucking video.
I understand it to a degree why he does that stuff, but at the same time, it's just gross and it's so egregious. It's obvious and it's just.
It's not meant to be.
Man, you're better than this.
It's David, not meant to be sneaky. You fuck. That's like going in to watch the next Spider-Man movie and acting like, that wasn't a hard movie to follow. I understood all of it. Yeah, I'm not trying to get away with it. I'm not suggesting it's a Harvard class. It's a fucking video about Asmongold living with roaches, you moron.
I know you're better than this, dude. I really believe it.
I'm exactly like this. I'm exactly this.
Would love to see you come back and be better than ever. And this is just not it. This is not the way to go about things, dude.
It's absolutely it.
But yeah, it's just sad.
It. No, it's
coming
not
back to
sad.
his videos where he still to this day, every now and then makes a genuine video talking about game design or his thoughts on Twisted Metal related content, like the new TV show.
There's nothing more I would like to do with my day than sit around and talk about old video games I made 20 years ago. I can't tell you what a delightful life that would be for me. You may as well roll me out to the fucking convention center and say, old game designer, autographs $10. Who the fuck wants that? Not me, pal. Not me, pal.
And they still get
Jeffy,
this
do you
like
know
all hell
who in the
because-
room it was who? Do you know who in the room it was who suggested to have the Kratos scar on the right or the left side of his face? These are the kinds of questions you want, right?
I don't look. If somebody's a fan of the games, I love talking about the games. That's different. But if all they think I am to them is the guy who made those games, which I get, and that's fine, but you're never going to be satisfied with anything I do. Because that's not what I do anymore.
Now he has these followers that genuinely...
Stanley.
What's that?
I'm going to wheel you around like Stan Lee in about 20 years.
Okay, I'd like to think I'm going to age a little better than Stan Lee.
Crap on him 24/7 and make fun of him, but he doesn't care. Even bad press is good press, and he really doesn't care. As long as
I don't care. I'm fascinated by you and your brain and how you think. But no, and by the way, here's a news flash. What's this guy's name? Vicarious Nick? It's no accident.
Only say it slowly.
It's no accident that his name is Vicarious. You know what vicarious means? Living his life through other people. That's what it means to vicariously live through someone else. Get your own shit, Nick. That's the problem. I'm not here to buttress you up. That was your parents' job, and now it's your job. Fucking idiot.
He's getting attention. That's what matters to him. That's what fills his pockets. And it's just gross.
Doesn't fill him that much.
I hate it. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this entire situation. And I want to remind everyone...
It's a situation. I didn't know we had a situation here, boys.
And once again, this is not a video to hate on David specifically or to bash him as a person or a human being, because obviously I don't know him personally. You guys don't know him personally.
It's very clear you think you know me personally.
I only know him from his creations and from his streams and his content. And I just don't like what I'm seeing these days. And I just want him to be better. I want him to change for the better. And I really just hope this is a phase that he will get through, but I don't know. So yeah, it's just painful all around. But figured I'd make this video, and yeah, have a good one, everybody.
I wonder if this guy monetized this video, because if it really came from his heart, he wouldn't be making money off of it. I can't imagine this was monetized. Anyway.
What a great video.
That was a horrible video.
It made me laugh.
Yeah, after it made you cry.
What I was also gonna say is that nowadays, as I'm looking at the video with you, Jaffe,
yeah,
it's basically the same vibes as Obi-Wan screaming to Anakin, "You were the chosen one. It was destined that you would destroy the Sith, not join them."
This isn't the Sith. I'm doing a show about people born with two dicks, and I'm doing a show about UFOs. What? How is this the Sith? What? Jesus.
You're Darth Lulcow now.
I guess so. There is always a master and an apprentice. Whatever. Fuck these people. Fuck these people. All right. Tech, entertain me. I'm tired.
You ever been skinny dipping, Jaffe?
No.
You turned your camera off for that, by the way.
Oh, I was trying to turn off my share screen. Hang on, sorry.
He got shy.
Here's another one. When was the last time sunlight has seen your butt crack?
You're a weird little man, and it bothers me.
You never think about these stats?
You ask too much about these sort of weird little things like that. Why?
So when I was 16 in high school,
why is this? I want to know about why it fascinates you so much.
When I was 16 in high school, I thought,
no answer.
Tan lines are not with it, you know? Oh. So I thought, it's time to remove the tan lines. So I got into my backyard.
Oh my God.
With just a sock and a rubber band and a
dream. Tomas says, oh God, he's going to tell a story. Please, no. Right. I mean,
go on.
All right, go on.
The question, Jaffe, is, are you entertained so far?
No, I'm creeped out.
I am.
I'm about to make a video like this Vicarious Nick guy about he's letting me down. He's disappointing me. Carry on. Hey, baby. What's up, baby?
He says, hey, baby. What's up, baby?
My baby. I didn't say it like Anthony. I didn't say it like Anthony.
Yeah.
Hi, sweetheart. How was work?
Wait.
Yes, how work was.
Good. Let me wait then.
My camera's off, by the way.
Okay.
All right, you want to hear the I tanned my butthole story?
No, I want to show you.
I'm waiting. Hurry up.
Come on, no.
Here's a controversial one you might like, Jaffe.
All this is going to do is collapse what little viewers we have.
This is a story about my own CP.
What the fuck is a CP?
No, wait.
Children photography about me.
What?
You having buyer's remorse, Kante?
Wait.
When I was 17 and I was a wrestler in high school, one of the wrestling guys took a picture of me naked.
Does it bother you that no one wants to hear this story at all?
I do.
All right, fine.
That's not true.
So again, I was a strong guy. I was buff. I was a little bit popular. People liked me. And this guy didn't like me on the wrestling team because I took his spot for the weight class.
To believe this,
right?
Yeah.
He took a picture of me when I was getting changed in the locker room, and he sent it to some people, and they sent it to more people, and eventually, like a good portion of my senior year class saw me naked, right? And it was this whole thing. I never thought anything of it. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I look great. I'm fine. Fast forward 5 years later, I'm on a Tinder date with a girl I knew in high school, and I get to the date, and she's like, Are you Tech Protect? Is this a picture of you? And she's scrolling through her phone and shows me my own picture of me naked as a 17-year-old. And I had to tell her, like, that's CP, dog. You can't have that. And like I looked at her and it clicked in her head, and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, you're right."
My biggest takeaway is that you went by Tech Protect in high school.
Yeah,
I was born Tech Protect.
Was there any point in the telling of this story that you thought about maybe this is not what we share with the class for a variety of reasons?
Wow, Jaffe goes and yells at me for an hour while high, like, "You have to be genuine, be authentic, talk about anything," and I'm like, "Yeah, someone showed my own naked pictures to me on a Tinder date," and he's like, "Maybe don't talk about that one, Chief."
Because it's so self-aggrandizing. It's like, I look so good in high school. That's the weird
would you rather
part.
be like, "I'm so sad people saw my naked body. It really fucked me up and I had to go to therapy"?
No, I wouldn't. But there's a pattern forming here of a guy who really thinks, and again, there's nothing wrong with you. You're a nice, decent, normal-looking dude. I'm not look-shaming you. But I think you've got kind of the opposite of body dysphoria or dysmorphia or whatever, where you don't realize you're just this average, schlubby-looking dude.
Nah, I'm so handsome, Jaffe.
You're not! And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. You've got so many skills and so many great things about you. And you could be in great shape if you wanted, but Fanto says you have body euphoria is what it's called. Like, I mean, come on. Come on.
I don't know, man. I think the mustache really does it for Anthony.
That's true. And, well, if we want to be real for a moment,
Bunny Button, you get in here, you old so-and-so. What are you doing?
Please come.
Bunny's throwing rocks from the peanut gallery saying, he's a handsome fella. Come on, Bunny. What are you talking about?
Let's be real for 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes.
All right, go.
You know my upbringing. You know what I've gone through in my life. It's been very tough. It's been unfortunate series
rough
of events.
and tumble, baby. Rough and tumble.
Do you not think that the outcomes would be I'm either going to be like very proud of myself and like I can do it mentality, or like a destroyed human being?
I think the outcomes are irrelevant. I think the only thing that is a problem for you is lacking the self-awareness that you should enjoy the fact we're making fun of you, because it is absolutely ludicrous when you talk about these things. But that doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means, how do you not realize how you're coming across? But that doesn't mean you're wrong. I love you have confidence. You kidding?
It doesn't matter at this point. Look, I have the love of my life, right? The girl of my dreams. I have an amazing.
I made her myself.
Yeah, I've had an amazing career. I found like financial success. I've helped out so many people. I've done a lot for charity on my own, and now I have like a pretty cool job.
You goddamn right you do. You goddamn right you do.
I'm living the dream. I'm the happiest I've ever been. You know?
Yeah.
So of course, with my beautiful face and cute smile, and my smooth talking voice, I'm fucking killing it, Jaffe.
Jaffe, do you never look at yourself in a good way?
I look at myself in a good way. I look at myself in a good way all the time, but I don't.
About like how you look.
Sure.
How you look.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable with how I look. I'm fine.
What would you rate yourself? 0 out of 10.
Thanks, Pompish, for the 2 chats, the $1 chats. Love you, Pompish.
Right now, I'd probably rate myself like a 5.5 or a 6. But when I'm not so heavy, probably like a 7. That's what I would say. Why? Why are you giggling at that? Do you think I'm aiming too low or too high? Do you think I should be a 10?
Make me big on the screen, Jaffe.
Oh shit! What is he doing now? Get your stinky fucking fingers out.
I'm like a hard 8, Jaffe. I'm fucking.
If that's a hard 8. Shut up, Bukkake. I saw you on camera last night. You literally look like an Easter egg with a fucking beard. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Pompish, thank you, buddy, for the 3 super chats. You know we appreciate it very, very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Hey, somebody's asking about calling in. Where did they go? John Barnett says, if I want to call in, do I join the call-in waiting room? Where do they go, Tech? Just
join the Discord, go into the call-in waiting room.
Oh, look, there's Bunny Button.
Yep. Oh.
Hello, Bunny Button. My name is Angel.
You'll see Anthony in there.
Hey, Bunny Button. How you doing, buddy? Congratulations. Seriously, I'm so glad that got worked out today. I love that you are co-hosting the show officially.
You can change the screen to not me, Jaffe.
Thank you again. See, this is what Pompish does. He donates in these wonderful, we appreciate the money, but he donates in these little small 99-cent things, which we love and we appreciate. But then he gets mad at me because I don't fully appreciate or give my thanks to each and every fucking one. And I'm like, dude, you're not even putting a message in at this point. You're like the speed bumps of super chats. It's like I can't do anything with them.
A majority of that goes to YouTube, by the way.
Yeah, well, hell yeah.
You probably get like 50% of it.
I don't care. The fact that he did it again. The fact that he's doing it, I appreciate. But, last night he
quarters for you, Jaffe.
Last night he literally got a fraud alert from his credit card company because they were like, we're seeing too many charges of these little small penny charges. What's going on? K-Nub says, how cute are my fingers? 1 to 10. I mean, they're cute in the same way, I guess, that,
They're adorable.
They're adorable.
Have you seen him try to, pick a bottle up? It's cute.
Noir Bert says 99 cents is 99 cents. Have respect. I do have respect. I'm not saying I don't appreciate what he's doing. I'm saying that he then gets mad because I'm not properly responding, and I don't know how to do that. To that is all.
And,
anyway.
I also want to say this.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I'm actually glad that I had a talk with you today.
Yes.
And before the show came on, I was a wreck.
Because of that video we just watched.
Yeah, but nowadays, as I looked at it with you, along with like understanding fully of your point of view, I feeling so much better now.
Well, I'm glad, but I'm also worried that somebody's fucking video, based on someone they don't even know, could affect your mentality to such a degree. I mean, who is this fucking guy? He doesn't know me.
Yeah, and on top of that, after you were telling me some stuff that I didn't know about, like, what vicarious means, I was just like, oh Lord, I didn't know that he would do such a thing like that.
Well, I'm not saying he is. It may not be intentional, but that is what the word vicarious means. By the way, I would like to say, Tech, seeing you now like that, I take everything back. I do get why people. No, I do get why people would think, okay, you can be a good-looking guy. I take back what I said. I'm kidding. I don't understand how you think the way you do about yourself at all. It makes no sense. It's delusional and disturbing. Bunny, come on now. Come on now.
What?
Why am I still getting hate?
Why am I still getting hate?
Whoa!
What the fuck was that?
Jesus Christ!
That's my Keemstar soundboard of why am I still getting hate.
So listen.
Oh, it's perfect.
Tomorrow, let's talk for a moment. Tomorrow, I would like to go live on our show on Lulcow. Sorry, Vicarious Nick, and talk about the haunted house and staying in the haunted hotel. So we need to kind of start putting that together. I would also like to do a meetup with people who like the stuff we do from Southern California. If they're willing to come to Old Town, we'll have Mexican food in one of the great Mexican restaurants. And we would love to figure out a way to get Bunny there. So Tech, can we kind of get into this maybe soon?
I can't preview. Yeah, I heard exactly everything you said, and I agree with it.
Good. And I also wanted to ask, are you guys also going there?
The baby.
Hi,
buddy.
Oh, hello.
I see. There's my baby down there. I'm sorry. I know I should be professional and not. I just love her.
Perfect.
Oh, hi, sweet potato.
Aww.
Hello.
Sarah, what's wrong with Tech Protect?
He's broken.
He's a broken
We're all a little
individual.
broken, Tech. No worries.
You know what Calvin told me last night? One of y'all's friends from high school, I'm not going to say the person's name, is apparently still saying that he's abusive.
Oh, what do you mean, like still?
What? Still. That's what Calvin told me last. I'm like, what?
Like he maintain, like he's talking about it?
Yes. I'm like, how is this still on their mind? Do you know why this friend from high school said Tech abuses my child? Because she was making a grilled cheese sandwich with Velveeta cheese. And apparently he said, no, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm going to get you some good cheese. And suddenly...
It's worse than that, Jaffe. She was like, I want nachos. And I was like, oh, okay. Do we have nacho sauce? And she's like, no. But I'll just microwave some Kraft singles on some chips. That'll be okay.
Right.
And I was like, no, let me go get you some actual like cheese dip or something. And your daughter's like, no, I can eat this. I don't need you to spend money on me.
Okay.
I was like, no, don't even worry about it. I'll go buy it. It's like, there's like a 3-pack right now. It's on sale. And then this friend of hers was like, Tech Protect's so abusive, trying to diminish a woman's right to choose what they eat, trying to control her diet, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm just like,
that kid's, I hate to be a dick because I do care for them. They were a friend of my kids growing up and I want them to be well. But there is a point where you're like, what the fuck, dude? Come on now.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm abusive.
Man. Listen, Tech, I need you to do 2 things seriously, no joke.
I think there's a sound bit for this.
Come on now. If it's
putting on pants, I don't want to put on pants.
No. Listen, if it's too late tonight and you're tired, I get it. But we have 3 things we have to do. We have absolutely got to hit this. I don't want this haunted hotel thing to be something we say we're going to do and it gets away from us, and before we know it, April's over. We have to get on this tomorrow and tonight. The other 2 things is there's a guy who needs a God of War design document that we promised, right? We got to get that. You know what I'm talking about? The guy?
Yeah.
Bye, baby. I love you. And then the other thing is Master Luke just said, So the letter, thank you for the super chat. It's been a year. Let's just forget about it. I release you, sir. All he needs is like a 2-paragraph letter from me. When you're in town, could you please make sure we do that and get that out to him?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. What did I just say, Tech? What were the 3 things I just asked him to do?
Haunted house, and then the smoking guy who loves God of War from Ohio, and then the Master Luke letter.
Got it. Okay, good.
I'm the smoking guy.
Look at my feet, Jaffe. Look at my feet in the background.
I don't give a fuck. Oh my God, you're so full of
nice
yourself.
feet. They remind me of Kano.
What's that, Bunny? What?
I literally asked Tech, since he's kicking his feet around, do you have a foot fetish?
That was Angel. Oh, I thought that was Bunny.
I have a teeth and tongue fetish. My fetish is with mouth.
True. Right. I like how Joker in the Discord is putting like a GIF of someone bored. I don't know, and guys, I want to stream, but let me ask you something. Let me ask you a question actually about Lulcow Live. I tune into Lulcow Live for the first time today in a while. Mm-hmm. And usually those guys talk a lot about Lulcow drama. But today they were talking about weird internet stories. And I'm like, have they always done that?
I think on days where there's not much to talk about, they'll just like pull up random shit.
All right, because they were taking some of our fucking.
I've been watching a while, and sometimes when they're bored, they do look up just random stuff.
All right, because they got our Ark of the Covenant story. They beat us on that. How do I think this is good content, Jaffe, says Tim Duncan? It's a great question, and let's have a conversation about that. So there's something I've learned, right? And I have been doing streaming with you guys. A lot of you guys know this for a very long time, comparatively speaking.
Long time.
And there was a time where every show was planned out. Like the segues were planned out, and I got to make sure I hook them with an opening. It was like a fucking stage show every single time. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. Well, and so what I'm coming around to when it comes to streams, is I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just lazy, but people seem to like the hanging out streams as much as they like the content streams. Now, maybe that's wrong. Yeah. Let's do the ones in the chat if you like the hanging out stream, and 2s if you like more of the proper content. Don't give me 3s. I know some people like both, but I want to know. Here's a better question. Let's restart this. Give me 1s if you like hanging out streams, and 2s if you don't like hanging out streams. Right? So let's start from that.
I'm putting 1 20 times.
I'm cringe. What?
Yeah, so when do I show up as the ghost during this haunted?
We are not going to fuck. We are not going to fucking fake it. We are absolutely not going to fake it. We are going to go.
Could we have Rob the Mod come out if he wants to?
We'll have me as a ghost.
Thank you, Angel Bunny. Why did you put a 1 there?
Well, I'm willing to agree.
Why not, man? Yellow.
I'm gonna go shave me in the brown.
I would love Rob to come out, but we got to raise enough money. That's the whole point of April is we're raising the money for the beginning of May.
I think my ghost is on point, dude. I think it'd be really.
We're not going to fake it. We'll go to the Whaley house.
Yeah, there's no faking.
We'll explore it. We'll all that stuff. But I'm not going to pretend there's a ghost there if there's not.
Dude.
What's your regular content? Your drama, crap, or gaming? It's all the same at this point, PK. I don't want to do straight up gaming content like I used to for a while. Now, maybe I'll come back to it, and like I promised, I will do 2 gabbing and game shows a week, and I'll be excited about them because I do like talking about gaming things. But every fucking day, it's just performative, man, and I don't want to do it.
It's not a lot of good gaming news every day.
No, but I'll tell you something else. My heart's a little sad tonight. That's the truth. Because I revealed
the video.
Well, no, because that, and I revealed to you guys the greatest skin in Call of Duty. And I assumed what would happen is there would be celebrations and parades all over America and mayhaps the world. Mm-hmm. Because how can you not think this is the greatest goddamn Call of Duty skin ever? But no one cares. Look at that skin. I paid $20 last night, and I was so fucking grateful to pay $20. I love this skin. It's the goddamn wizard. He's not a gay. He's not a gay wizard. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's gay.
That skin.
I mean, they just launched Jay and Silent Bob, right?
That'll be out on
point with their skins.
That'll be out on 420, but
they're pretty much on point with their skins.
But I'm going to grow my beard out now because of this and the hair.
Oh, do it.
And I'm going to be this guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be this guy.
I agree.
I can't do my hair.
So
I may break my vow of not buying skins to get Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, I am too. And I still do game streams. I still play. I might even play games tonight. Warped Eye says, thank you, buddy. He says, gifted 1 membership to the channel. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Also, you guys, you don't have to be over on Lulcow if you want to watch the Haunted House stream or if you want to come have lunch with us in Southern California. Right? Come on now. I know some of you guys are...
Speaking of...
yes, ma'am.
Speaking of lunch with Jaffe...
Yes, ma'am. We just did one with Colin 2 weeks ago. We're still doing those. We did movie night this weekend. We did a double feature, a heavy metal, and what was the other one we watched? Tucker and Dale. And they got a new movie out. But anyway, so we're still doing all that shit. That hadn't gone anywhere. But anyway, sorry, Angel Bunny, go ahead.
Yeah, I really wanted to ask, like...
why is Canty rolling her eyes? What did we do? The fuck did we do wrong? All right, go ahead, Angel Bunny.
Anyway,
I thought no one was looking. Sorry.
I was just going to ask you, which is...
Hey, it's not like I'm fucking drinking on the job, Bunny. You're not Bunny. Sorry, you're not. I get Bunny's name wrong all the time. Canty, Bunny, Angel
She's our
Bunny.
gold member. She's our gold tier member.
Goddamn right she is.
You know, I want to point out that you only get
Playboy
women's
bunny girls
names.
for all we know.
Wait. I want to hear Bunny's smarmy comment, but first, Angel Bunny, what did you say?
I was just gonna ask you, like, when do you want lunch with Jaffe with Mel?
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to get the Alana Pierce one set up next, and then after that, we can talk about that.
Yeah, because I still have him like on my Facebook.
Okay, that's cool. We'll talk about it. I want to get the guy who made this video to come to lunch. I think that would be great. So I'm sorry, Bunny. What were you saying? I think you were saying, why do I only get the girls' names wrong?
Oh yeah. I've noticed that you mix up the women's names like crazy, but I ain't ever heard you do that with the man's name.
Sometimes
He does not care about us. That's why.
Sometimes he'll talk to me and he'll be like, "Turd protects." He calls me Turd.
Wait a minute. No. This is okay.
I like that. Oh my god.
Let me give you a reason why, Bunny. Okay, so in this particular case, I have Angel Bunny and Bunny Button in the chat. I'm a little thrown. I have Canty.
Oh my goodness.
Do you understand now the pressure I'm under? Do you see?
It's not even the same thing. It's not the same thing.
It is, because all three of those names, Angel Bunny, Bunny Button, and Canty, require a bit of a wait. Let me stop.
Remember?
Not to remember, but to go. It's not Conti. It's Canty. Because a lot of people say your name wrong.
God.
No. Oh my God. A lot of people say
you say it wrong.
No, I don't. Tech Protect said it wrong tonight. I always try to correct it.
Oh yeah, he did. You're right.
Yes, that's right.
Like it's pronounced in Spanish.
We ain't living in Spain.
Thank
you, Rob.
You hate my culture.
But shut up, idiot.
It's okay. Jaffe has a hard time with my real name.
Let me tell you something. Hector Howell's name. You know what his real fucking name is?
Hector.
His name is Jake Henry. It's not Jake. It's not Jake Henry Rollins. It's Jake Henry. What the fuck kind of name? It's two names. It's two names. So you know what? Y'all back the fuck up. Everybody in here. Everybody
I know
in
the names
here.
of all of our gold members.
And then I've got shut up, Rob. And then Anthony and Tony have the same fucking name. So, give me a break, idiots. God
Who the fuck is Tony?
Right, see? Princess Princess guitarist is Tony, and Tony Tech Protect is Tony.
I'm not Tony.
Doxing me, Jaffe? You're doxing me?
What are you talking about?
One day, Jaffe's gonna be on stream and he's gonna put my social like on a piece of paper and be like, "This is Tech Protect's social security number that he bought illegally. He's an immigrant.
Why would I have your social to begin with, though? Hey, MK
because he works for you, obviously.
Did we get MK Ness in here? There
MK, I pulled you in because I love you.
Good.
Love you, MK.
Oh my God, thank
So
you.
Bunny, you know what? I was talking to Keemstar today, and he said, you know what? Bunny did Bunny go away? Did we lose Bunny?
No,
Nope,
I'm
she's
here.
here.
She's still here.
He said we should like maybe see if Bunny wants to do like a segment, like, and I didn't like his suggestion. His suggestion was like horoscopes, whatever. But if it's like Bunny's corner, and I don't know if I like the idea of you like sparking up a relationship with like a guy on death row, like being pen pals. And so whenever he sends a letter, that'd be cool.
Death row guys, man.
Yeah.
But having it segmented like that, I think could be really cool. So we should kick the ball around.
So to build on Jaffe's idea of the death row inmates, we find you like 10 inmates to send letters to, right? And they'll respond periodically, right? But we call the segment "Beware the Bunny," and it's just you sending like very weird messages to these inmates. Like,
How much hair do I have to send them?
ooh, can you send them my hair? Can you imagine?
I'll chip
like
in.
part of the letter is, what do you think about this hair? How does it smell? And then the return like message back is, that's actually some man from Las Vegas hair I sent you.
You should send a picture of me and Tech and say which one of us would have the hardest time in prison. That's what you.
It's you. Obviously, it's you.
Why would it be me?
I don't know. I think so too. Yeah.
What do you mean? Tracy says I'm not invited on the Discord. That's not nice. What do you mean?
Do you know who my uncle is, Jaffe?
Wait a minute. Seriously, Tech, hang on. What does that mean? She's not invited on the Discord?
What happened?
I think she's hallucinating.
Yeah,
Tracy, you can join.
Yeah, jump in, Tracy. Tracy the
join,
base.
Tracy.
Goddamn right.
We love you over
I
here.
love Tracy.
Yeah, she's
Jaffe, you'd have a worse time in prison than I would, obviously.
Well, yeah, I would hope.
I second that. I think so too.
Well, aren't you supposed to not have a good time in prison?
I'd have a great time in prison. You imagine the free food, the fucking the yard time. I would get swole as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, in prison, I would get jacked.
Oh yeah,
definitely
guaranteed.
get jacked.
Off.
I'm ready to turn into like Demon Rob if I go to prison for sure.
Demon Rob.
I wonder, anybody in here been to prison? Probably Jake Henry.
I've been to jail. I don't know if that counts.
Jail.
About 90% of my family have.
Me too.
You know,
Why did you
I've
go
been
to
jail.
Canty? Why did you go to jail?
I've been in jail.
I assaulted a police officer.
Hell yeah.
What did he do wrong?
It was a woman. It was a woman.
That's hot. Tell me all about
Oh.
She was talking shit to me.
it. Fuck that bitch.
Who swung first?
Did you tell her? Did you?
And then I got thrown down.
Did you tell her?
yeah.
Did you tell her you were a gold member?
No, I
Canty's
forgot to tell her.
hardcore.
That'll get you a pass, baby.
Hardcore.
Yeah, right. I have a long record actually. But
That's awesome. What's the most violent thing
No,
you've
it's
ever
not.
done? Terrible. I don't mean it's awesome. I mean in a bad way. It's awesomely bad, is what I meant to say, Canty. Hey,
Were
you at a protest?
there's Kenny B. What's up, Kenny B? Was it a protest?
going on, Jeffy?
Why were you thrown down?
No, I'm because I attacked her.
But I know. But why would you
Oh, wow.
attack? Why would you attack her? Because she said something.
Because she was talking shit to me, and I do have
Mm-hmm.
a problem with like my ego, right?
Ah.
So she was really trying. I don't know if anyone's been arrested here, but some officers try to get you to like hit them. I feel like, or maybe it's just me.
They do.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They talk
It's a big
shit to
thing.
you.
I've met
They
officers.
tell you what
my
a piece of
buddy's a
shit you
police
are and
officer.
everything.
My buddy's a police officer, and he's like, sometimes we just got to meet quota, and we just arrest people for like no reason at all.
Really? He doesn't say that.
Oh, yeah.
Does he really?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's
I've
a real
heard
thing.
a cop say that before. Yeah.
Oh my
It's a
god.
I've been involved with law enforcement adjacent stuff, and I've worked with like the police department here in Las Vegas. And it's not so much they have a quota, like a specified you have this many. But what happens is they'll say the average officer arrests this many people, and you're down 20 arrests. What the fuck are you doing? You're
Okay,
being
but
lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Oh, that sounds more. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, Ludium says they don't have quotas, but yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
And essentially,
Tracy
officers
says, I tried to jump in. It says I couldn't find the link. I mean, the link, Tracy's right above you. RPG put it there. Do you not see it? We'd love to have you, Trace the Mace.
Yes, Trace.
Where'd that happy Jaffe go? MKS?
I mean, it's possible that if she has a new account, she has to wait about 10 minutes.
We lost him to the
to
internet.
be able to.
It's not a new account.
To jump in.
What do you mean?
It's just the same Discord.
Well, for her account, like, she just set up the account.
What do you mean?
She would have to wait a few minutes.
But she's been on before. She's been in this.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, she's been on before the Nets.
Yeah, we talked to her yesterday.
What do you mean? Where did the happy Jaffe go? I'm happy, very happy guy.
I think the video got to you, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, look at MKNS's background.
Oh,
nice.
I honestly haven't even thought about the video since it got off the screen.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
On my life, on the life of my kids.
You're just scribbling on a pad right now where his address is.
Oh my God! Okay, let's do a little work. Why am I not communicating well? Big Mac says, Jaffe, what's this show about? Any gaming news? I literally talked to this guy 40 minutes ago, and
You're so easily trolled, Jaffe. It's obviously a troll.
He's not a troll. Yeah. He pays good money. He's a member here. I want him to feel like he's being heard, and he's getting.
And he lets you let him get you to react so vividly.
Well, what's the matter with that?
That's what he's doing. That's his fucking prerogative.
But what's the matter with that?
Good song.
Jaffe, I think what a lot of the folks miss is,
yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
And I saw you had a very particular format, which is why I suggested a few days ago where, like, for example, what you're having right now, you can have it, let's say, like on a Friday or a Thursday where you have like a general stream. But then the other days you can have like an hour and a half type of format where, let's say you have 3 topics and then you have the call-ins, and then you end the stream, right? So
let's talk baseball.
Maybe they want like a more consistent.
Yeah.
Type of,
back in the day, Jaffe used to produce these shows, but he would spend like 4 hours making content for a 1 hour video, like a 1 hour stream. He would just be like, dog, he was insane. Just like, here's a Trello board, here's a PowerPoint, here's this. I wrote this script. We're gonna talk about this, and I'll do this, and I'll do that. And he hated it.
I didn't. No. Whoa. You're making shit up. I loved performing it. I hated prepping it.
It's the process of getting it. Yeah. It's very.
Shut up, Conti.
Intense.
Look at Canty saying he's so mad, y'all. Shut the fuck up.
Think it needs to
be. You fucking.
You have to be engaged in the conversation. Stop looking at the chat.
You fucking alcohol drunk hiring motherfucker. God damn.
Jaffe just spent so much time making the show that sometimes he just wouldn't do the show.
And it wasn't.
Everyone who's watched his content knows this. That sometimes Jaffe be like, "Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow at noon."
Shut up,
or 1 p.m.
Bitch! Look at her saying.
She's just fucking gone.
Look what she just wrote in the chat.
Look what Protector's talking to you.
Look what she just wrote in the chat. Look what she just wrote. Look, y'all, he's mad. Shut up. Listen.
Can't say who's distracting him.
Who's mad, right?
Apparently, I am. I don't know why. You're angry.
I'm not. I'm angry. I'm not. Shut up, Tech, you whore. He says angry crybaby. I hope all of you except Jake Henry die tonight. And Rob can, and Bunny can live.
Canty's gonna punch you in the face.
No, it's too late.
No. You get to live, and everybody else dies, and they die in the same elevator they found. I did. I said I did. I said
okay.
Jake Henry.
Jake, also MKNS.
Jake, Bunny, and Rob survive. Everyone else is found tomorrow morning in the same elevator they found Prince's body.
Wait, also spare Anthony. Okay, what if there's a second Prince?
We gotta have Anthony. He's so funny, dude.
Tevin Campbell?
Actually.
Spare him, come on.
What?
Anyways, Jaffe's content, how it is now, is the most sustainable way he can do streaming. There was weeks in January where he would stream one time in that week, and it's because it was like, oh, well, I already missed the deadline on when I was supposed to go live.
People would get mad. People would get mad at me.
I remember that.
And they'd say, "Why can't you be consistent?" And I'm like, "Well, no one else. There's very few channels that shut up, Canty. There's very few channels that do what I do when I was doing it that way. Even the Kind of Funny guys. There's like 12 of them to produce like an hour show.
It's okay.
And our show was
consistent.
And our show was
All
not.
he needs is Keemstar breathing down his neck.
And our show was not. Now I hope you die too. There's an extra space in the elevator. what I was saying though is I couldn't be consistent. Everybody bitched about that, so I don't know. I'm trying to find something that's sustainable, that's still fun for everybody, but I get it. I get that people might, I get that people might come to the show and go,
they want the old Jaffe back.
They always want the old. They want the old Twisted Metal. They want the Twisted Metal. They want the God of War.
Just like we wanted the old X-Play back.
Yeah, that's right. But the thing that
Go to the future.
Shut up, Tech, you fucking whore. The thing you don't understand, or people don't understand, is what they're actually getting when they get this is the old Jaffe. It's like Doctor Who. Doctor Who looks different, but it's always the Doctor, right? The anger, the passion, the drive, the creativity, the engagement, the sense of righteousness about being truthful, whether I'm wrong or not, that has never changed from the first goddamn game I made to now.
But cringe.
Shut the fuck up. The point is, I can't do that. I can't do that if... Oh, my God. You know what?
Man, this is like an Avengers Endgame Chris Evans moment.
Jaffe, go ahead. We're listening. Go ahead.
All I would say, shut up, Bunny. You were my one friend. She says,
You let me die a minute ago.
She said, I did not. It was a mistake because I called you the wrong name. That's all. She says the old Jaffe would never say this.
Ooh, Daddy.
Well, we're all getting old, boys. Shut up, Canty.
He's crashing out.
Oh my
still
God.
pretty.
Oh, we are. I could literally feel it in my bones and my body.
Hey, Will says, Jaffe, join Last Stand Media and have your own podcast where you get to talk about whatever you want. That would be great. I don't think, I'm going on Constellation this Friday. I love working with those guys. And frankly, if those guys said we would like to do a morning stream about video games 5 days a week, but you could have a co-host and they could work together to, so if Dustin's putting together 4 stories and I'm putting together 4 stories, cool. But it's very hard to do that every single day. And maintain, any kind of real energy. And it's also, when you're not growing when you're doing that, it's kind of like, what's the point? You're not seeing any growth. And so you're just doing the same fucking thing, I
get that.
Yeah. So, come on now. Oh my God.
Can I point out that I think Anthony is going to outlive all of us?
Bullshit, though.
Come on now.
True story.
Who in this room is going to live the longest?
Tracy?
Where's Tracy? I don't know where Tracy is. We're trying to get her in here, but
I tried to get her in here, but
oh, here she is. She's in JoJo D's room. Let me brag.
Oh, well, there you go. Let me just pull her on.
Tracy said that she has the biggest ass, so I want to see it.
Well, she's here.
Wait. Hey.
Tracy.
No boobies or ass on screen.
She said. Tracy.
No.
Tracy's in here now. There she is. Hey, Tracy.
How come I can't see? I can't see my own face.
No worries. No boobies, no ass today on screen. Okay.
You're beautiful.
Aww.
Oh, so your emoji looks
boring.
No, he's not. He's family. He's gonna make grandbabies for David in the future.
Like 12 of them.
Yeah, you better get ready. My son has a Hispanic woman, and they have 2 beautiful little boys.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, but I'm sure that your son and the girl are attractive. Have you seen Tech?
Tech's a good-looking guy.
Well, they're middle school sweethearts, and she got in a real bad car wreck and lost her spleen, so she's had a few miscarriages.
But
they
Damn.
Okay.
Got in a wreck
Don't
and had to
talk
get
down about this
metaflighted.
beautiful boy again, though. He's such a beautiful boy. Look at him.
Beautiful, Jaffe.
I'm just kidding.
It's beautiful.
And from heaven.
Wink. Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's not that he's not a nice looking fella. It's the arrogance. It's the sense
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why the women love me.
Ooh, well, I don't want to come in and just ask everything and be like a weirdo. You guys can see my face, or now I just see.
Too late.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have any boys, David?
Do I have any boys?
Like children?
I have a boy and I have
Like
a girl.
your children?
I have a boy and I have a girl.
A boy and a girl.
Yes, I love them dearly. What about them?
Does your boy have his own ego? Because I think every man has an ego to a certain degree.
I think every child, every person has an ego. Ask Tech. Tech's dating my daughter. You think Sarah doesn't have an ego? Tech?
Sarah, you have a big ego? Because I would say you don't have a big ego. Your dad says, "My daughter has a big ego."
I didn't. I said she has a healthy ego.
Do you? She wants to know how you think that.
I don't think that because you pitched it wrong. I never said she had a big ego. I said she has a healthy ego.
Everybody has a healthy ego, not a big ego. What do you think? She has no ego.
Well,
everyone.
Well, a woman's energy is different than a man's energy, so the comparison is totally separate.
Okay. Well, what
Even though my daughter,
my
daughter graduated military school today.
Oh, congratulations! That's excellent.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I'm sad I didn't get to go.
Where was she? You said Alaska, right? You said Alaska?
Yeah, but they graduated today. Well, she doesn't get sent there until like 10 more months.
Okay. Shut up, Sky Gonzalez. You will burn in your bed tonight.
That's awesome. Congrats.
So what do y'all? What is everyone talking about tonight?
Just how bad I am at streaming and how much I've let everybody down, including Canty and Bunny. Now apparently hates me. She thinks I want her dead, and just that.
No.
MK Ness, did Jaffe work with Prince? Where's that photo from?
Yeah, this is a real photo of Jaffe and Prince working on God of War.
What
was it one? No, it was like one. It was like a side project.
I don't see what you see. What are you looking at?
Look at his, look at his camera.
Whose camera?
Yeah, look at the
Oh,
you guys were in the same room together.
Oh yeah. That's when we were doing the Graffiti Bridge video shoot for the title track. And he also did a deal with MTV that was like, if you win, you can come to the set and you can meet the creator of God of War, and you can. That was the Graffiti Bridge.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh,
Anthony,
you're so pretty. We both have bangs.
Well, Sonic had Michael Jackson, and Twisted Metal had Prince.
Goddamn right we did. You know who I reached out to seriously in the music industry? I reached out to Steven Tyler to play Calypso for the live action movies, but we Yeah, we never heard back though. Never heard back.
Yeah. He might have been on some drugs.
Might have been on some drugs. That's right.
Aerosmith song today on the radio.
Yep, they're good.
Have you never been arrested?
Nope.
Why?
What's the name of the remake song?
Because I'm fucking fast.
Let's see.
Walk this way.
Yeah.
Can't catch him.
My mom went to Aerosmith concert back in the day.
Yeah.
Anthony, have you been arrested?
In what?
Like the police. I don't know what other way you get arrested by.
Oh, I got
National
arrested
Guard.
for assaulting my neighbor who was peeping in my windows at my 14-year-old daughter.
Uh-oh.
Damn. Oh my
Okay.
God.
That's a reason.
That makes sense.
I thought it was
Definitely a reason
fair.
to beat someone with that.
Grab
for
a
sure.
shovel.
Yeah, that's fair. Totally fair.
Jaffe, do you think you're one of the like dads out there that's like, oh yeah, someone touched my kid when they were young, like I'm committing murder?
Oh, Jesus, that's a terrible scenario. You can come up with a better topic. When you have a child, that's your worst nightmare is your child getting molested or raped or kidnapped.
Well, let me tell you. Well, first off,
True.
I will answer your question in a moment. But let me tell you something about your fucking girlfriend, Tech Protect. Okay.
Your voice is low. Get closer to your microphone.
Your voice is low. Get closer to your microphone. Yes, I got her.
I'll get closer to your microphone.
Zing! You're talking about my penis. You're talking about my penis. So
No, I'm not.
So
We love Tracy.
So listen.
Hello.
What is this fucking thing that Mute Mo keeps putting in the Discord of this Marine or post office worker masturbating? I don't. Let me. I love it too, but let me tell you something. Is this his thing where he's taken this footage of like? There's one from Tom Hanks with the one where he crash lands on the island.
I don't know, Doug.
Oh,
Weird.
Yeah.
Is that just an internet thing, or is that Mute Mo doing it? Because I could see Mute Mo. I mean, he could have a whole website that would be a huge fucking hit.
Now, for the question, I want to add some context. During Thanksgiving, you told us a story.
Oh wait! Your girlfriend. Yeah. So here's what she did once. I'm in the Blockbuster, and talk about a parent's.
Boy, that's about 20 years ago.
Well,
Okay,
she's 20.
Yeah,
Okay, you're on my fucking list, Tina, and you don't want to fucking be on my list.
You don't want to be on that list.
Listen. She's 21, so it was about, I don't know, she was about 6. And I take her into the Blockbuster, and we're looking for movies, and then I cannot find her. And anybody who has kids knows that when you're, at first it's this slow dread of like, well, I'm being paranoid. She's in here somewhere. Oh, maybe she went to the bathroom. Maybe she stepped out in the, into the strip mall. No one's seen her. No one had seen her. And I start fucking losing my shit. Do you know what your fucking girlfriend was doing?
What's she doing?
She had crawled and slid her body underneath the little video rack, right where no one goes, and was lying on her back under the rack of videos playing a prank on me. So I have never been so scared in my life and so proud. But oh my God. So anyway, the point is, what was your dumb question, Tech?
So for additional context, when I saw Jeff the first time during Thanksgiving last year, we sat at the table and he told a story about a comedian he likes who lost both his kids. Right? Both his kids passed away. You remember the story, Jaffe?
No.
It was this comedian. He's local in San Diego or something.
Tony Baker, but he didn't lose both his kids. He lost one of his kids. But keep going.
Oh, he lost one of his kids, and then you went on to think what you would do if you lost both of them.
I'd kill myself.
Yeah, and Jaffe was like, if I lost both my kids, it's over. And I thought about that, and I was like, you know what, that probably is right. Like, I don't know what I would react. Like, if it's just me and my wife, and both kids are gone, I don't know. They like probably a conversation with my wife, like, what do we do? Like,
right. I mean, I
like 50, 60.
Yeah, I'm like,
if I lost both my kids, I'd fucking end it.
Yeah, and I don't mean it from like a standpoint of like, oh, woe is me, but it's just like, oh, well, this doesn't make sense to be here anymore. And I'm okay with that. I don't feel
the laundry. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm very close with my ex. That would be their mother. I would want to make sure that she was taken care of and stuff. But short of that, yeah, it's not like, oh, what a tragic thing. I'm like, no, man, I raised my kids. They're gone. I don't want to live like this. I don't want that every day.
I wanted to say something about that, right? In regards to the Bible, I know you don't believe in any of that stuff, right?
Correct.
But at the part of Job losing all of his family and then God replacing it with others, I don't understand that concept. And that, like, there's a lot of things in the Bible that, like, okay, you can't replace your kids. That doesn't make sense to me. Well, he lost everything.
Right. Well, wasn't God also asking them to sacrifice in the Old Testament their kids?
Yeah.
No.
Sure he was. Yeah.
Wasn't it animals?
No, it was
the story of
Isaac and Ishmael, maybe? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, but obviously it didn't happen though.
It did.
It was a test, I guess.
Oh, perhaps, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think that is how it went.
I'm not a fan of any, like I said, I think if God were actually real, he would be a big fan of mine. He would be watching the stream. He'd at least be a crown over a madhouse, is what I'd like to think.
Who says he's not?
Ooh, Canty, are you God?
Canty.
No,
Canty is the god of gambling games.
What if Canty was one of us? Could be. But
like, I believe in God, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's just a hard thing to. And the excuse that, like, when people are trying to teach you the Bible, they say there's just some things we as humans do not understand.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's a cop out.
No, I think that's a brilliant thing to say. What you shouldn't say afterwards is, so read the Bible. What you should say is, we are in no position to understand any. Shut up, Rob the mod with that fucking thing.
You got him.
We are in no position to understand this. It's like I'm looking at my dog right now, and when I leave, I've said this before, I go out to get the mail, I come back with stuff in my hands. That's magic to him. He doesn't understand, right? So the idea that we who can only see and hear certain frequencies of what we're living in, we don't understand so much that the idea that I think that's so smart to say we do not have the ability to understand, but we should keep searching. But the minute they say you don't have the ability to understand God, but hey, here's a book with all of these things that God
exactly
wants you to know.
what they tell me.
Can I say something about that?
Yes,
you never have to ask. Just jump in, baby. Come on now.
Someone who's read the scriptures front to back twice. One thing I will say about that book, and I feel like the mistake a lot of people make, is that they take the stories in there literally, when in my experience they should be taken figuratively.
Sure. Well, okay, but
the entire
go ahead.
And in regards to Job, then what replacing everything that he lost. Like I would like her take on that then, because that doesn't. I never understood that.
What's it a metaphor for?
Saying, like Jaffe was alluding to earlier about if he lost his children, he would end his life as well. But then the question I would ask yourself, okay, but then the question you have to ask yourself is that if both those children were there in that moment and you told them you were going to do that, what would their answer be?
But wouldn't they be dead?
I think
we had the conversation like, in front. It's a hypothetical.
Yeah, we had that conversation in front of your son, right?
Yeah.
Or I think Sarah was sleeping.
I'm pretty sure they would say no. We'd be like, of course not. Like, don't end your life because ours is gone. Like, continue living on.
But I
have a similar. I feel like they have a similar philosophy to Jaffe, which is like he's a grown man who can decide what he wants to do. If his life is over, it's over.
Right, but as it relates to job and what you're saying about the scripture and stuff, I mean, that's fine. I don't have a problem if somebody wants to continue going.
I couldn't.
I'm just saying I have no interest in that. As far, I mean, you got to be in the moment. I couldn't tell you what I'd actually do, but my if I'm trying to imagine this tragedy, I don't think I would want to stick around.
Me either.
Yeah.
And even if I had other kids, it wouldn't be the same at all. It would seem like a cruel, sick joke that I'm being put in. Like it, I don't know.
I would stick around for other kids, but I mean, everybody's different. I mean, I think, if somebody wants to stick it out, I think that's wonderful. And they might go on to have a wonderful life and they'll be grateful. But I just, I think it's, I love life. It's a joy, but I don't value it like it's,
I think you need to ask yourself, Jaffe, just really think hard about it. What's up with the youth?
Well, I think our wisest prophet, Saint Corey Feldman, would tell you that that we don't know. It's drugs, it's fighting, it's all kinds of things, But I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
The last thing I'll say about the whole scripture thing is that
yes, please.
If anyone,
please.
like I said, a lot of that book is. I always tell people just take it figuratively, because then that's how people get caught up into the weeds of dogma and religion and people get into these factions.
If you're talking about
people,
go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was just going to say,
like, just.
Sorry,
I feel like that's a cop out.
Wait. I want to address what he's saying.
What should I take from that? What should I take from that story?
Okay, so hang on. Well, okay, so if you're saying to take it figuratively, like it's a book of fables and lessons, I agree. There are some wonderful lessons in all religions that are of great value as metaphors and little fables and hints of living. But you have to admit, though, that the vast majority of religion is taught literally. And it doesn't mean that every word in the Bible, like if you're a Southern Baptist or evangelical, it's literal. If you're a Protestant, maybe there's a lot more wiggle room, but there's still a belief that God is a real person who created the earth and did this, that, and the other. And, I think every
I'm happy you brought that up. Happy you brought that up.
Okay.
There are two, one individual and then one documentary I would strongly suggest anyone who's just entering into that space and wants to get into reading that stuff look into.
What are
the number one documentary is named Zeitgeist.
I think I've seen this.
I forgot.
Isn't that about like 9/11 and all the kind of conspiracies?
No.
Okay.
It's called Zeitgeist. And there's a second one that he produced called Zeitgeist, the Addendum. Maybe the second one he kind of jumped into all that. But the first one is about religion and the scriptures and all that stuff. And then one individual in particular, which I've mentioned to you before, I highly encourage anyone who's entering that whole space to look up. His name is Jordan Maxwell. If anybody's ever, anybody who knows about him, but Jordan Maxwell, believe me, that is a whole trip that when you.
But
he's the one that really.
What is the gist? What is his gist? What's the essence of that guy?
Okay, awesome question. So his gist is that within that book, there's a lot of esoteric teachings, and then he delves into things like Freemasonry and the church and just so much stuff, man. Like this, I mean, and he has a very popular presentation he did along with Anthony Hitler. It was called I hate the word they use now. I think it's like Lucifer 911. No, not 911. Y2K, when that whole Y2K thing was happening. And he had to sit down with Anthony Hitler and another gentleman. You can still find the video on YouTube, but yeah, he's just like, in my opinion, he's one of the foremost teachers into all that space. I always encourage anyone, if you're going to read the scripture, look into Jordan Maxwell.
Okay.
And kind of complement those two together.
Well, I have a video of his up, so it'll be in my memory. I'll watch it later tonight.
Yeah, check them out. Yeah.
John Doe says, everything you cherish so much was created by the global Christian culture. Well, I assure you that's not true, but I appreciate that position. Will says, with love, but you guys sound so ignorant about the Bible. With love, specifics are always fun. You should use some.
I feel like it's so important to ask questions, because that's why I know we joke about cults, right? Like, for example, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't really ask questions. They really do follow.
They're not supposed to. Yeah.
And I feel like it's important to ask questions to try to figure out what exactly we're learning. I don't feel like that there's anything wrong with that. Well, maybe I am ignorant, but
no, of course
not at all, because that same
Always
book
ask
encourages you to do that. That's what's so wild, right? Like, we kind of have all this dogma, and you're in this camp, you're in that camp, you're in this camp.
Yeah.
Whereas the same book that all those same religions ascribe to, the book itself encourages you to ask questions, to think critically, to even within the book, not to take anything in there literally, and to continue to ask questions and expound on things, right? Because times are going to change, people are going to change. So, right, it's fascinating stuff, man. But
what the fuck is this? The gospel hour?
Shut up, idiot! You're gonna
you need some God in your life, Bukaki.
Pray for you, Bukaki. Leave us alone.
Cringe.
Just because you're gonna know what the truth is sooner than the rest of us doesn't mean you can come in here and shit on all of our shit.
Yeah, but I'm not a pussy like you guys. I'm dying and I'm still a Satanist, dude. Come on.
Listen.
I'm cringe.
Oh wow! Wait, who's
I have a pussy. I'm not a pussy though.
Who's the Satanist here, Bukaki?
Yeah.
They don't want you asking questions about that fucking book. Once you start thinking about shit, you realize it doesn't make any sense.
Jaffe, do you mind if you spend like 2-3 minutes on that? I would love to know, what is that whole world about? Like,
he's not really dying. He's not really dying. He thinks.
No, I mean not that the Satanist.
Is he a Satanist?
Oh, what?
He's a Satanist.
Oh well, I mean, I'm a Satanist too, but not that kind of Satanist. But go ahead, Bukaki. But by the way, but what I want to say though is John Doe says loving your kids is a Christian value. Okay, well, we know that's not. We know that's not true.
Shit I ever heard.
And not only do we know that's not true, he says before Christ, kids were seen as property. So what you're saying then is even if we want to just ignore the fact that the Egyptians or the Romans or the Greeks didn't love their children, and there's no evidence of that, the Old Testament, which is not the Christian values, it's the Jewish values, you're telling me that there were no evidence in the Old Testament of parental love? I would assure you that's not the case. But
animals love their kids.
Yeah, everybody loves
them. I mean,
They
I would
also
hope
eat them.
people love their kids not because of the Bible, but just because they love them.
No. The show has gone sideways. Come on, man.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
What do you want us to talk about?
Do you praise Satan on Saturdays, like Saturn Day? You know, like, I'm so curious. I'm so sorry. When I already said he was a Satanist, I was like, holy crap, that is so cool. Like, I was wanting to speak to someone who's a Satanist.
I don't think he's.
I've never met anyone.
He's not a Satanist.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow.
Jaffe, click on my live stream for the show.
Why?
Click it.
What the hell?
Wow, this is so great, man.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that this is happening in my life right now. The fuck are you talking
Only
about?
one religion, it's world domination.
Hey, it's a game stream again. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gaming. I'm playing
We did it, boys. Wrap it up.
All right, let's have a quick conversation though. Well, yeah, Bukaki, if you really want to talk about your Satanism, please go ahead.
Please.
Then I want to ask the chat something and wrap it up.
Oh no, I don't want to.
Sorry.
Aw, he's keeping all the secrets.
I don't think Kenny B. I don't think he's really a Satanist. We should get a Satanist on the show. That'd be excellent. I'd love to talk.
That'd
to
be cool.
I mean, I don't, but I have the same issues with Satanists.
Yeah, I just really want to talk about religion. The fuck.
Okay, so here's the deal, though. Yeah, Porsche says 62 cloudy with no chance of game news here. We might do Call of Duty tonight. Yes, possibly. But here's the question. So, I mean, seriously, I'm trying to figure this out. And Tech, pay attention. Put your stupid fucking video game away.
I can't pause it, Grandpa.
Oh, well, listen. So here, at least turn the fucking thing down. You think we want to hear that shit?
Stop watching.
I'm not watching. You said click.
You have it live. Click on it again and then say leave.
Such a fucking whore.
Oh my god.
You're such.
I don't know technology.
Why am I British all of a sudden?
Okay, it's a good accent.
Yeah.
Ask your dentist.
But here's the question. Yes, Angel the Bunny. Yes.
I actually wanted to do something fun for a bit.
That hasn't been what we've been doing. Now I'm depressed. Yeah, go ahead.
No. Well.
What you got?
I was thinking about giving Mel a quick call if you would like to hear him.
Not tonight. I don't want to talk to him tonight. I'm a big fan, but I have no energy because I haven't talked to him in like a year and a half. So I don't want to do any small talk tonight. But let's call him next time. Absolutely. 100%. Deal? Perfect. Tech, put up a poll because I want to find out.
Oh boy, here we go.
Do the audience like these sorts of streams on this channel?
No.
I think the religion thing is going to hurt it.
Do they like?
They want gaming news.
We just had a 5-minute conversation about.
Was it really that bad?
Wow. Really, guys? 5-minute talk about religion is gonna come on.
No. I'm not even talking about the religion. I'm talking about it being more.
I find it fascinating.
I'm talking about being more of a hangout versus being a topical game stream. Is why. Because
I want content.
This is content, but the question is, like Tech said, this is sustainable. Whereas people always get annoyed with me because they say, "Oh well, you can't sustain it," but I potentially could sustain this, and I'm trying to get a sense. So, Tech, when you phrase it like that, you're leading the audience, man.
You know why I'm leading the audience? Because there's no reason for if you got 20 votes and that was the majority for like here's game content.
Here's the reason.
Switch? Would you want to switch?
Here's the reason. The reason would be if we go, you know what? We should just stream games over here for a while and put all of our creative energy goes into Madhouse.
Yay.
I'm not saying let's do it. I'm saying I'm trying to read the environment. That's No
matter what they say, you should, as a creative, desire to pursue something that you enjoy and not be like some corporate entity that's just doing it because the fans are saying do it.
Okay,
and that's true.
You already had a fucking plan where you were like, oh, we'll do game stuff like once or twice a week. I think that's fine. Like,
but why are they mad in the chat? They're mad about it though. I don't
like 7 people are mad about it. You dingus. You're so upset about like the few people that are like mute mode. It's like, I was subscribed to this channel because the games. Where is the games? Shut up, Mumo.
I just want them to be happy. I want them to be happy.
Don't get one god.
Jerk off gif.
Yeah, like if your wife was like, I'm happy when you hurt yourself. Are you going to keep hurting yourself? No. You just go on to the thing you like to do.
What if I like hurting myself?
Well, you're Satanist.
That's right, buddy. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Lord. All right, fellas. Well, look. Wayne B says games, please. I mean, he's doing it because you're forcing Jaffe. Tech is being a controlling bitch, says PK. No.
I'm the X.
I'm not. He's not. I enjoy talking. What the fuck is Adam writing? I'm mad about Cousin It. Oh, from the Addams family. You're a weirdo. I love you. Yeah, Mish says weird stuff in Hangouts. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to read the room, man. I'm just trying to... Look, when I made video games that were hits, I'm not going to fuck with you. When I made hit games, I was obsessed with the audience. I wanted to make Shut up, you fucking dying walking corpse. I was obsessed with...
I'm sorry.
I was obsessed with the audience. I wanted the audience but I still wanted my vision, right? It was always a balance. I guarantee you, if Anthony really knew Prince, what Prince would have said would have been him saying, hey man, he would have said, look, when I do exactly what I want all the time and don't pay attention to the audience, it's delightful. It's wonderful. It's art. But there probably were times when he said consciously, I would like to make a hit record. Now maybe he didn't, but most people who work in the creative arts do.
With the last two, he made the decision to make commercial records.
Right.
With the last two.
So the idea that you just never pay attention to the audience and do what you want, that's a romanticized view of the creative process. If you're actually trying to do commercial work, which is what I would like to think this is, we do need to take into account where the audience is. But I agree with you. We don't want to listen to 7 of them. But, I'm just saying.
So on that front, Jaffe, do we want to ask the chat what they think about the D&D stuff we messed around with?
Yes, but not tonight. I'm too tired.
Perfect.
I want to give them a real pitch. Tomorrow. I want to give them an actual pitch. We can do it at the very front.
Jaffe, if you really felt this way, you would be like, oh, when I play Call of Duty, I only have 30 people watching. You would stop playing Call of Duty on a live stream.
Well, that's no effort, though.
That's what I'm saying. You're fighting my fight against me, but also with me. It's no effort to do the streams you enjoy doing and you love talking about. But you're fighting like, oh, it's not corporate enough. And then we're like, okay, what about Call of Duty? Call of Duty's not like successful at all. I like it. It's easy. The fuck is your point then? I don't understand you, Jaffe.
My point is, why don't we have the biggest show on the internet?
It takes time.
I've been doing it for 5 years, whore.
Well, I've only been here for 3 months, okay? Let me fucking work it.
All right, Travis, I hope you're well, buddy. Good night, Tracy.
I've been here 6 years.
Yeah, I know. Poor Rob. Poor fucking Rob.
He just wants to save his village.
Yeah, I mean, Rob is like,
My people called me.
Yeah, Rob's going to fucking die working in the salt mines of Cabinet Games. What happened to 1,000? What happened to 1,000 true fans? I got into this based on the theory of 1,000 true fans. That's not a true theory. That's a load of horse shit. How do we not, after all this time, have 1,000 true fans of this? It either sucks or the theory doesn't work. What's that, Bunny?
Oh, I was saying they all died
in the elevator. With
your old fans died.
You got them right.
Yeah.
So listen.
They're all making videos like that. I can't stress enough. Structure.
I've been doing structure, but see, this one.
I've been following the schedule for a month, dude. Why am I not successful?
What?
But the people want.
What do you mean structure? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean structure, though? I mean, I used to have structure, and it didn't make a difference.
Yes, of course it did. I mean, I personally saw your channel go from 50K up to what it is now, which is 55.2, right? So
I can't hear you.
I've been watching. Hello?
Can you hear me? No, he's talking. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Keep going.
Yeah. So once again, like, I think me personally, if I were advising you, if I was like your personal whatever, I would say, hey, listen.
I'm not going to church, dude. I'm not going to church.
No. I know I didn't say that. Once again, I would do personally a Monday through Thursday, right? You have an hour stream, pick 3 topics. Heck, I would just ask ChatGPT, hey, like, what's the current news headline? Give me like 3 topics.
But topics about what, though? About video games?
It could be about video games and politics, right? But just say, okay, these are the 3 topics. People could call in like you used to do, right? Look at Tech Protect when the thumbs down. People could call in. That way people get their news, people get their fix. And then on a Friday, you have like what you're having right now, which is kind of a all-in, call-in, whatever.
Mish has just donated $10 through Super Chat.
Sorry, I love you as a human, as a brother in the eyes of the Lord, but that's awful.
I'll tell you what, Mish, first two things. Warped Eye, thank you so much for joining and upgrading to Cult Calypso. We very much appreciate it. It's very generous. Mish,
good job,
thank you so much for the super chat. And I'll tell you what, we'll make that a goal this week. If we get X number of gifted members, I will go to church on a Sunday, and I'll report back to you guys what it was like.
No, don't.
How many members do you want? Because I'll do it right now then.
I need to think about it because
on the Sunday.
What do you mean don't go to church? You're the God guy. What do you mean don't go to church on the Sunday? That's when he's there.
How much do you want? Let's talk about it.
Well, hang on. I want to really plan it, right? Because I'd like to go to a church.
He's gonna pay for all of it.
I'd like to. I want to go to a church. Let me speak. God damn it, Tech.
Jesus.
I'm being silenced. Keemstar was right. I'm being silenced. It's you and Bunny keeping me down. No, I'm kidding, Bunny. Wink. Listen.
You really want me dead?
No, that's not nice to say. Those things.
Poor Bunny.
I know. She's got that voice. I hate it. She can make you do anything.
Sounds like
she's like Preacher.
Sounds like
you know.
Feel at home.
The world is different because I'm a white guy. Listen. What I'm saying is.
Oh my god.
Oh, listen, what I was going to say is I would like to go, if we do it right, I would like to go to a couple different types of churches and a mosque and a temple. That way I could come back
Bless the Lord.
Oh, you only want me to go? Well, you don't think that's a good idea to go to?
No. I'm saying that's a great idea. I'm happy about that.
Okay,
that's a lot of time, man.
It's just Sunday.
It's like 4 or 5 hours of your time, man.
I'm not. Do I have to wear a suit?
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm not.
And some nice, shiny shoes.
I'm not going. I'm not going if I have to wear.
That was Sunday's best.
You gotta dress like a preacher when you go in
Fuck
church.
that
my god, please.
Look, the way we'll do it is.
How about don't they have virtual church? We should go to virtual church.
Oh my god, that's
should absolutely not do that.
Look. We'll set it as a goal. It'll be.
Bunny, help me.
It'll be 70 memberships. We'll do it sometime next week. And I'll be in California with Jaffe live in person.
Own a
we'll
suit.
Take him to a church.
I don't own a suit.
I have clothes you fit. Okay.
I don't want to wear your stinky finger clothes.
You wear my sweater all the time, you bitch. All right. I'll take him out to church in person and we'll record something. We can't live stream in the church probably. We'll record it. We'll put on the thing. We can live stream going to the thing maybe. And maybe like entering. We'll see how long we can get away with it, but
I want to go. But what kind of church though? I would like to go to one that really pushes my buttons.
Christian.
Catholic church. It's definitely a Catholic church then.
A Catholic one.
Christian.
Yeah.
Well, I know Christian. I mean, what about Baptist? Do you think Baptist would be the most extreme?
Oh, you're Southern delight.
Baptist.
What's
Catholic
that,
church? If you definitely want the full shebang.
I was thinking Baptist.
Yeah, are there even Baptists?
Oh, sorry, Bunny.
Are there even Baptists in Southern California?
Jaffe, you should go to like a Rastafarian type of church. That way you could smoke some weed and.
I would love to go to like a black church, like the ones the singing and stuff, because they have one in L.A. that's like a very. No, I want to go to a black because it seems more celebratory. Baptist church. You know what? I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm saying.
He wants to go to a colorful church.
Look. I'm
just, colorful.
You guys, there is a church in LA that all the politicians go to. That is the very famous black church, and whenever they go there, all the cameras are there. Yes, it's a black church. The preacher's a black guy.
But you say it like black.
Like the blacks.
Hey, you got a way of saying
it. Yes.
They're
Jaffe, how black is it?
Yeah, say it. Go ahead.
It's black like the goddamn color purple was black when they were doing the church thing and they were seeing Lord is trying to tell you something right now. Look. Are you telling me there are not traditional black churches? And when I say that, you guys are confused what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know.
No, we know them.
I want that. I want to have that kind of like people singing in the choir and it's heartfelt and it's passionate. You ain't going to get that in a waspy fucking church. Sorry. You're just not.
Yeah, I go to church every Sunday, man. You're going to get it in the Catholic church for sure.
They don't sing in the Catholic church. They sit there and eat vanilla wafers.
Christian church, they sing in the Christian church for sure. Catholic, I don't know.
Yeah, there are hymns.
The most amazing funeral I ever went to was the black church.
Okay, well there is a Baptist church in San Diego. And there's one literally called the Black Baptist Church. Don't come at me, you fucking idiots. It's the Black Baptist.
There's all white people.
It's different.
That doesn't sound right.
I'm a white guy. On Yelp. I can't help but be racist. It's true. On Yelp, it says the top 10
Isn't that your voice? Is that your voice? That's all I want to know.
Yes, that is my
I have
voice.
questions then.
Go ahead.
In what context?
In what context what?
In what did you say that?
I said it in saying that in America, if you are a white person, you cannot help.
Like yourself?
Yes. You cannot help but have benefited from the systemic racism that built this country and is still pervasive in a very insidious way, marbled into the DNA of our culture and our laws. And so the very nature of the definition of racism, if you're white in America, you benefit from that systemic racism. That was the context of it.
To be fair, I took all of these out of context. Just
that was the joke.
Funny.
But
yeah, they sound pretty bad.
Right, but they only, but that's what I believe. That's what I believe.
The joke was, so
I mean, I'm sorry, but like a sex worker who's a gamer.
Okay, that was in context.
Go ahead.
Learn
the wisdom of your elder. When I vomited in the bed, I just laid in it. I want to fuck my penis. There's a hole after all. All these things.
Oh my God.
Homeless people, truth be told, are scary.
You're scared of homeless people?
Another fair thing to say is
you were a nice person.
You do say these things on stream and they're hilarious.
As an EMS worker, I could definitely say yes. Some homeless people are scary.
So what's the context
I'm
there?
so glad that just happened.
The context.
Jeffy's breaking down.
The context.
I'm cringe.
You're scared of.
Oh my
You're
God!
scared of homeless people?
I would love to answer every one of these. What I was saying is I was telling a story on the stream and I was taking a walk, okay? And I went past a homeless lady in the park where I was walking. And I talked about how that made me kind of go, clam up.
The white privilege.
It was a white homeless person. It wasn't a black-white thing in that case, but it was very unusual to see a homeless person in this neighborhood. And so it was a shock to my intellectual system, not intellect, but like
goodness.
Not my intellect, but the sense of like the world I view. I didn't see homeless people in it. And so suddenly I was like, oh my God, that's what I was talking about. So it freaked me out.
Like they could never invade your space.
It was absolutely. Bitch, I went to fucking USC, Anthony. I was in South Central for like 5 fucking years. Okay, trust me.
I don't know what you want from me.
You said
I can't walk out of my house.
The hoodest white guy I know, dude.
I honestly, I cannot walk out of my house without someone trying to sell me drugs.
Good for you. That's a good neighborhood.
There's a lot of homeless people, which is fine.
But what I'm saying to you, though,
how do the homeless people buy the drugs?
I'm cringe.
No one offers me drugs.
The only thing, you should have not fired your alcoholic. She might have had some in the car, but nope, she's not going to help you now, is she?
It's alcohol. I'm talking about drugs.
Listen, let me tell you something, all right? The only thing I have ever said that really I go, why the fuck did I say that, is the one about Barack Obama.
What did you say about him?
Rob, go ahead, Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
Let me find the sound bit. We got so many of them, dude. Let's see.
And I was a fan of Obama. I remain a fan of Obama.
Right,
I think 9/11 was horrible. I'm glad we shot Obama dead. I think it's wonderful. Fuck that guy. So clearly I was talking about Osama and I was high when I said it.
And you made fun of me today for misspeaking, and yours was way worse.
Mine was way worse, Bunny. But
Bunny has them way worse.
But that one meant to come out. But here's the thing you have to understand, Bunny. Rob is recording everything. So you probably
Rob went over to the YouTube channel and caught those clips. I didn't have to record them.
Yeah, exactly right.
Destroyed my life.
That was not me there. But anyway,
that was bitch. I think it was a Red Letter.
What a smart guy.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of pornography,
that means you get.
Jeffy, what do you think about the news that came out with Grums and all the past stuff he was doing?
Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about that.
Okay, so
all that pornography stuff that came out.
All right. Well, what I think about that is this. I think that if the truth is that he, excuse me, if he actually took the money, and it's one of the things he's accused of, that he raised for his video game on Kickstarter or whatever he used, and he used it to do anything else, I would have a problem with that. I don't know if that's illegal necessarily. I like MK Ness's screen now. I've seen his, yeah.
Great.
You know, so I definitely think whether it's illegal or not, I think that's super bad form, and I'm not a fan of it. The fact that he made pornography, as long as the people he made it with were consensual, they were consenting adults, I don't care. I mean, it means nothing to me. I think pornography is, if it's consenting adults and the people are treated well, I think on the set, and they're treated with respect, and they're there of their own decision, that doesn't really matter to me at all. I mean, in a lot of ways that tracks with, you know, his whole weird view of the only scene he seems to be able to connect with women is sexually. He doesn't seem to have any other way of connecting this, you know, but I don't have a problem with the fact it was porn. I have a problem with the fact that he took people's money and used it for something he said he wasn't going to, if that ends up being true.
So with that said, because my issue with him, and I brought that up to the Gamergate Avengers on X, is that he constantly talks about woke mind virus and the modern audience. And I would ask him, well, isn't doing porn like one of the wokest things you could do? Like in my opinion, that's kind of as liberal as it gets, right?
Yeah, I mean that
only consume it, but then actually produce it.
That's a real
But then you turn around and talk about woke this and woke that. So
I mean that I totally get your point. I think that's a real hard one because woke, as I'm sure you know, means different things to different people, right? And so this guy, it tracks that he's all about the big titty women and all that shit. And so in that, he traffics in that. But you're right in that a lot of people who are very, very conservative look at pornography and look at the women specifically that partake in it and create it as somehow lesser. And in that, you're right. It doesn't line up with his, that's more of a liberal view. But I mean, I think this guy's got so many other problems beyond that. I think he's a real broken human. I think there's a point where I used to think he was.
Yeah.
I used to think he was more of kind of like a character, and he was just grifting and like, hey man, it pays the bills, and you know whatever. I'm using a cartoon avatar, and I'm kind of a pain in the ass, and I'm toxic, but whatever. But now when you start to find out all this stuff, he might be a very disturbed individual, and I'm just guessing. I don't have any evidence. That's just my feeling. So, is what I would say.
And to bring it back to gaming and I continually bring this up to these guys is I'm like, we're all gamers here. We love the community. We love the medium. Like to see these guys constantly harp on some of these companies, be it Capcom, being Ubisoft, whatever it is that they're working on. It's like, why are you constantly like cheering on the demise of these companies? Like they don't realize that there's thousands of workers at some of these companies. Not all of them are woke. Or quote unquote modern audience.
They don't really care. I mean, that's the thing. What they care about is their business, and their business is, you know, creating things for young men to get angry about on the internet and build a real good business off of that. And people have done really well in that business lately. So I think that's just what I think. Where did Tech Protect go?
I think he disappeared.
I'm crying right now.
I got a message saying it looks like he was crying.
Yeah,
I'm crying.
You're all right, bud.
Did you lose in Risk?
No, I'm still winning. The Minecraft movie, apparently your daughter showed me a spoiler about it. There's a cameo for Technoblade in the film.
What the fuck is Technoblade?
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, what?
That's a great deep
Technoblade
dive.
is my all-time favorite YouTuber. He passed away to an illness a couple of years back.
Okay.
He passed away of cancer.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
like
so,
He currently holds the world record for the most potato farm in Minecraft, I believe.
Okay.
On the Hypixel server. Like,
but wait. So what? Great, but what is it in Minecraft? The movie? He died.
Yeah. So he was a Minecraft YouTuber, and he passed away, and they gave an homage to him by including like a reference to his character in the movie.
Okay.
And,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
But so you're actually crying because of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I looked at
really
you.
go
Upset. I
wild.
was like, oh man, no
It's
text
okay
on
to
me.
cry, man. You cry to me, like
Jeff, you look disgusted.
Well, I'm not disgusted that he's crying. Everybody cries, and I'm not disgusted that he's crying over the fact that this guy sounded like a great guy, but he died a while ago. Like, I think Prince has been dead longer.
I think he's crying about this more than Anthony cried about Prince.
Are you like late 20s?
Yo.
I go back and I watch his videos like maybe once a week. Big fan of him.
I watched a documentary like last week about him.
Well,
I
how
watched
about
those videos too? So that's all
how about when we go to church, we can pray to him or pray? Do you pray to him or for him?
I unironically will.
Do you pray to him or for him?
Oh my God, Jeffy.
What? I don't know. It's horrible. I'm glad we shot Obama dead.
Stop it.
I think it's wonderful. I don't know. I'm asking, do you pray to him or for him?
A smart man like you can't figure it out, right?
I'm guessing Tech is like what, late 20s, early 30s.
How is this question a joke?
You're 47?
47?
No.
If somebody died,
you do not look 47.
If somebody died and you go to church, do you pray for Darth Nugget says you pray in him? If somebody died and you go to church and you want to commune, do you talk to God and say, "Oh, I miss my friend, please look after him"? Or do you say, "Oh, my friend, I'm in church. We have a better line of communication because I'm in church"? That's a real question.
I love you, Jeffy. I'll talk to you later.
From what I learned from the Bible,
yeah.
Well, then again, right? A death, there is no, like, a lot of people think you could communicate with the dead, but you can't. That's like demonic. I don't know.
Actually, Jesus did that in the Bible.
Yeah, Jesus died in the Bible, and we talk to him all the time, right?
You don't talk to Jesus, liar.
No. Well, I mean, people who are into the religion.
Yeah, but you don't.
I don't. No, I don't. Did Tech Protect really go away? Good God, man. Talk about parasocial.
Yeah, you made him upset.
Oh, shut up. Come on, man. Come on, man.
We gotta normalize it. Let men show
Did
their
you
emotion.
really say that?
I have no problem with men showing their emotion. I'm glad that he can show emotion, especially if he ends up being the pop of my grandkids. I'm just saying that...
I totally get why he walked away.
What the fuck?
100%.
Talk about parasocial.
Well, because he didn't know the guy. They weren't friends. Oh, shut the fuck up.
The reason
I knew the guy.
Wait. You actually knew him in real life, you mean?
We chatted quite often throughout the years.
Okay, well, that's different. Well, you missed that part of the story. You missed that part of the story. If you would have said,
justify my sadness to my boss.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, because if you are sad, please, Canty, go fire. Why don't you go fire another drunk, huh? Let me tell you something. The goddamn Tech Protect, if he would have said, "Hey, man, I had this friend and he died a while back."
You have to give him the whole explanation.
The guy talks about how he cleans his asshole. Is it too much for us to get a little bit of detail when he's talking about some guy he never met in real life? I mean, come on, man.
That was a little too deep. Yeah.
That's really messed up.
More than two knuckles.
If we lost Bukaki tomorrow, I'd be like devastated, man. He's my second favorite mod in the Discord.
Right, but we actually have spoken with him. Tech conveniently left out that part. Right? It would be like me going, like when Stan Lee died, I shed a couple of tears because he was a childhood idol.
Yeah, and documentary coming out. It's gonna be wild, dude.
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I'll be back.
Okay, but the guy. The guy dies, and I'm like, well, that was real sad. And I remember having a picture of Stan Lee at the table, and I told my kids about, I told my kids all about him and stuff. And I had a moment, I'll probably feel the same when Spielberg dies. But years later, I'm not tearing up over Stan Lee. Let me tell you something. K-Nub says men crying. K-Nub says men crying about a dead YouTuber is the feminization of men Andrew Tate's been warning us about. Come on now.
Andrew Tate.
Jaffe, you really got to learn when to shut the fuck up. Dude.
Oh, you shut the fuck up. You know when I'll shut up at your fucking funeral because I'll be laughing so hard.
There's a documentary coming out.
Okay, let me ask. Hold on. Okay, guys. For Tech Protect, the reason I asked him how old he was is because I see that with my son as well. He's only 14, and the type of YouTubers that he watches, obviously, I just think it's more of a generational thing. Because when he brought this guy up, I didn't even know who he was. I'm like, who? And then what? Like, what was he into? So
again,
I think it's more of a generational thing.
But it's not even that.
A lot of young people are growing up in the YouTube era. Because my son, for example, at 14, he does not watch like legacy TV at all. He's just online. He's watching the streamers and all that stuff. So, so I could see like if he was one of these guys were to pass away, I could see him coming to me, Dad, touch us first.
No, but you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But what I'm saying to you is if one of those guys died, or Hector Howell in the chat saying I was very sad when Total Biscuit passed, right? I'm not mocking somebody being sad.
Not Total Biscuit.
I'm not mocking someone being sad when someone dies.
This
the guy died like 5 years ago, is what I'm saying. It's not. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Son? What?
Jeez Louise, dude.
You know what? Why don't you find the nearest shotgun? What? Don't say that.
He like told you he's upset about it, and you're just like, I don't get why he's so upset. Like, shut up.
Canty. Exactly. Don't say that to Bukaki about the shotgun, Canty. That's terrible.
I didn't say shit.
I don't know.
I'm crying.
Hey, I'm 43, right? And I remember watching my age. I remember watching Avengers Endgame, and that scene where everybody starts to come back.
Oh, cried like a baby. Cried like a baby.
I teared up for that.
You guys,
that was some sad stuff.
But everybody's jumping into the portals, coming back to fight Thanos the second time.
Oh, it was great.
I got a little
you really cried watching that?
I cried like a fucking baby. I was bawling watching that.
What the fuck?
Look, when Iron Man, when things happen, fingers snapped. I'm gonna say I felt some emotion, man.
I did. I was bawling. But you have to understand my relationship with those characters in those comics was to actually see my childhood heroes on screen presented in that way.
Exactly.
And,
oh my god!
Shut up. But okay,
here's my thing.
Spider-Man's back.
That's not what I cried about.
What a pussy.
Nobody was crying about that. It was the literal metaphor of tenacity and good fighting evil and triumphing. That's what it represented to me. Okay, 9/11 was
damn right, Jaffe.
I think it's wonderful.
Whatever.
On your left.
Damn right, Jaffe.
Darth Nuggets.
I'm
Darth
I love that.
Darth Nugget in the chat says Jaffe mocked a guy for getting paralyzed. What is he even talking about?
Shit. When did this happen?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, please explain.
True.
Some guy got paralyzed and you laughed at him. That was fucked up.
That's as simple as the story gets.
Making shit
Evidence is tame.
Okay, wait a minute.
What's the video clip? I'll take it out of
Wait a minute. Rob O says, remember when Jaffe talked to... You guys are making this sound bad. He says, remember when Jaffe talked to the amputee on stream, he mocked him to his face. Mike McGeehee, I didn't mock him. I was joshing around with the guy, trying to make him recognize it's like, hey, that's a real shitty thing that happened to you. But you know what? You're still one of us. Don't let it get you down too much. I was trying to kind of connect with them and say, hey, it sucks, man. But, it's not the end of anything.
Were you joshing around with them like how you do with me, telling me I'm going to die every day?
I'm only reading your medical charts, man. That's just science. That's just fucking science.
What? Oh,
you're not a fucking doctor, dude.
Yeah, well, he's really hadn't been doing a good job now, has he?
We're coming back stronger, dude.
I hope so, just like Rocky.
I'm gonna drive down to your house and never mind.
Everybody hates you, and I'm glad your husband died.
Why isn't my stream any more successful? I don't understand it.
I'm cringe.
Yeah, okay, Anthony. We know, buddy. We know, sweetheart. It just gets better.
Tabby's like, why did I open this chat for Caller?
I mean, now I'm starting to think that Big Mac is right. I should have just been like, hey, did you hear what happened at Ubisoft today? Holy cow, that stock price is in the toilet. Here's why I think it is.
What a forward young man you are.
The fuck just happened?
Oh, God. Who did we lose?
I don't know.
Discord reset.
Yeah, you should talk about how gaming news makes you cry instead of like Marvel or whatever the fuck was making you cry earlier.
Probably be more successful. You goddamn right.
Yeah, say, did he cry when Kratos showed up in the Netflix show?
No, but I feel bad that Eric kid got fired, and now we got to figure out can we still do our good doctor thing with that guy?
Dude, Keemstar.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
He still has his host role. He's still like in the universe.
Do it in memory of him. Put like a thing at the end.
In memory.
True.
In memorandum.
Was Eric on Nerds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched that yesterday.
All right,
man. He was,
Canty,
like,
good to see
throwing
you, buddy.
everybody
Thank you,
under
Mom.
Poor Eric. The guy looked like he's a cool, like friendly guy.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
I was just gonna say is that I would love to meet Eric.
Yeah. Well, we'll have him come
Yeah,
on the show.
we can set that up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Keem was just bad-mouthing Tech on Rewind? That's not a good look. Tech works his fucking ass off, man.
Tech works hard, man.
I hope that's not true.
Yeah, I hope maybe it's his boss making him look bad. I don't know.
What the? Fuck you, dickhead. Electric Wizard, what did he say about our Tech Protect? That bothers me. That bothers me.
Timestamp it.
Yeah, we need the fucking hot goss, dude. You can't just say that. And
Yeah,
not give it-
give me the timestamp. We're playing that shit. I mean, hell, he may have a point.
I gotta know when I need to punch somebody in the face.
You got him right, Rob.
I gotta handle shit over here, dog.
Dude, I'm dying soon, so like, if you guys got a target, like, I got no
Hell yeah.
issue. Just kidding.
No,
Minecraft.
In Minecraft, dude.
Tracy says he
Don't fuck with
probably
Tech.
hurts the bit. What? I don't understand what that means, Tracy. I don't know if he's even talking about Tech. Tech, are you watching that show? What's he saying about you right now?
What's happening right now? I have no idea.
Yeah, wow.
Lucky now.
You work your ass off, man. You care so much. No, Bukaki's not dying. He got a bit of a medical scare. He's a young guy. He's taking care of himself. We would all be devastated for at least 5 performative minutes if he actually
I'd
did
have to
die.
find a new mod.
Yeah.
I mean,
I am
it'd be
dying.
hard to
It's
do.
real.
Oh, shut up, whore. You are not dying. You may have to be on dialysis the rest of your goddamn life, but hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Anthony's giving him.
He did not double down saying we're Satanists. Now he's fucking with you. I'm going to call into that fucking show.
Did you send him the dictionary? Did you send him a dictionary?
Not yet. Not yet. We got to figure out what we're doing with that.
Got to figure it out, man.
You know what? I think Conti wants to make me religious because she said she'd pay for me to go to church.
Canty's awesome.
That's sweet.
That is sweet, but what if I
Anthony wants to pay for everything.
What I know. What if I become religious?
That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
you leaving the house. Fat chance of that happening, dog.
I will go.
She's a gold member, so like if she says leave the house, you gotta leave the house.
I will go to church virtually, though. We can go to church all together virtually this weekend, and we can either learn or make fun of it, or oh my God, Big Mac! Nobody can. Everybody of a certain age who's a man has had a colonoscopy. It's not the goddamn Titanic sinking. Relax. Relax.
This is what I'll do, Jaffe. I'll take you to church in New Orleans, and you
I would
get
love
the full
it.
experience.
And please don't call me a racist because I said black church. I'm sorry. Do we have any?
No, just New Orleans, man. New Orleans churches are
But
next level.
But look, when I say Black Baptist Church, isn't that different than White Baptist Church
the way
in terms
you
of
say black? Say it again.
Bunny?
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you something. Just because now you
yell a little too hard.
just because you now got yourself a locked in position over at Lulcow, you ain't safe because you know.
Leave her alone, dude. That's Anthony's girl.
But Canty says I'm racist. How is it racist? Pompish says my girlfriend said it's okay. Wait, do we have a black person in here? Who do we have? Kenny. Kenny, you're a black guy, right? Here. I can't help but be racist.
Oh my god. We had P Turtle.
Well, you know. So okay, so Kenny,
I'm the talking black guy on the
street. You're a blackman. Okay.
We lost our last one.
So, Blackman?
Blackman.
Like a blacksmith?
Oh, jeez Louise, dude. You just can't stop.
I prefer mocha. I don't really like the term black or white. I prefer mocha.
But when I say, hey,
Classic.
baby, how are you? Good.
You know, I think the entire complex has termites because the lights.
We call him baby.
Okay, I'll check.
His kid.
I'll go see. So when I say black church compared to white Baptist church, and I am in my head picturing like a very energetic choir singing and having more of a spiritual experience versus a more kind of experience you would see at a white church. I mean, granted, I usually get that from the media. I've never been to a church like that, but I believe they exist. Is that a racist?
Oh, so you think all black people are like thugs and stuff because you see that on TV too, dude? That's fucked up.
I didn't say
that's not
all.
What he meant. Okay.
Of course, that's not what I meant. I didn't say all black people who are religious go to that church.
That's what you said. That's what you said. You're like, all the black churches I see on TV are all the same. So
you watched Boys in the Hood, it was all over.
I assure you, I did not say that. That is not what I said. Continue.
He did not say that.
Yeah.
That's literally what you just said.
Okay, that's not what he said.
He said all black churches look alike.
Are you trying to take over the show, Bunny? Is that what's happening?
No.
Okay.
What's funny is Keemstar would probably go, cool, he's a racist like me. Okay, well, go ahead, Kenny.
Entire conversation reminds me of Tropic Thunder, where he's like, what do you mean, you people?
You people, yeah.
What do you talk about? Anyway, as you were saying, yes, you're absolutely right. As someone who went to both type of churches, like pretty much 95% white church and black church, yeah, it is very different. The vibe is very different. The music is very different, but obviously the central messaging is the same, right?
Of course.
Right, because different communities, the same way if you go to like a Hispanic church, like I live in New York, and you pass by those churches, like the vibe, even the way they play the music is just completely different. So yeah, absolutely right.
And by the way, I mean, look, I'm not saying this. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna. I don't need to preface any of this shit. So because this is ridiculous that any of these people would think like Bukkake that I'm saying racist stuff. But like, the cliches are cliches for a reason, right? It doesn't mean, for example, all Jews sit around and answer a question with another question. But does that cliche exist because it is kind of baked into a real experience? Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I was raised Jewish. I was raised around a lot of Jews. I'm telling you, that's a real fucking thing. That's all I'm fucking.
Why would you use that example?
Because
stereotypes do exist for all communities, right?
Right, and they're not negative. Like when somebody says that about Jews, I'm like, yeah, they like to discuss and debate and really roll topics around. At least that's been my experience when I was raised Jewish. When I talk about, I went to South Central for college. I went to USC, which is in the heart of Compton. And so there was a very distinct difference between when you would go to a movie in Westwood, which was predominantly a bunch of white and Asian college kids, and you would go to a movie in Compton, which was predominantly a black theater, like a lot of black theaters. Like Magic Johnson had a bunch of theaters in Compton that was designed to sort of help. Shut up. My God. And so, correct me if I'm wrong here, Kenny, but would you agree that if you see a movie with a predominantly white audience versus a predominantly black audience, there is a different experience a lot of times? Not always, but that is a stereotype.
Yes, I prefer in those cases, I definitely prefer a white audience because sometimes, especially in the hood, they get a little loud. I don't like it.
Right, and I think it depends on the movie, right? If you're seeing a comedy or a horror movie, I like it. If I'm going to see Oppenheimer, maybe not so much. But there's
black guys racist.
Oh my God!
Because I don't want people talking over Oppenheimer.
I wouldn't get the movie right. I can't believe you just fucking said that, dude.
Oh no. Okay, what I'm saying is that if you go to a movie, if you go see like a Avengers style movie
boys.
with a bunch of 16, 17, 18-year-old black kids, they tend to be a little loud. They're gonna
that's right.
Scream
instead of talking about black people and the youth. Hey boys, it's Tech Protect back. I have the video. Join the presentation, Jaffe.
Wait a minute.
Super chat.
Canty said,
racist artist legend.
You know what, Canty?
He's a gold member. Careful.
No, I don't care. Canty, you old anti-drunk motherfucker. I got nothing. Yeah. Jay Styles says I just went from cult to calypso to cult to fuck. No, I'm not racist. I'm just saying. I'm all I'm saying is stuff that I'm asking questions. I can't help but be racist.
Okay. Whatever this racist mark is, Jaffe. Let's pause it for a little bit.
All right, here we go.
Click the thing. Are you there?
I'm clicked it, but nothing's happening. There we go.
All right, I'm gonna hit play.
Oh, it's Xylee. Great, idiot.
Please, no one speak. I'll move you from the room.
And then I just get annoyed and it just gets exhausting and then I don't want to engage and I'm just like, fuck off.
Yeah. You know his producer bangs his daughter.
Oh my God.
I actually get along with his producer now. I don't hate that guy anymore.
He's a sweet
Tech Protect's
boy.
cool as fuck.
He's a sweet boy.
They got mad at me today because I removed his host role because in the middle of Nerds, like it was like the biggest Nerds episode there ever has been, right? Like everybody was like watching Nerds today. There was a big promo from the main show to watch Nerds. Someone's getting fired. The new cast is, and then he just joins. And it's like, wait a minute, you're the producer of Jaffe's show. You're
Who
not
the
even
fuck is
a
Jaffe?
regular host, and now you're popping onto other shows. Like, fuck off. So I kicked him out and removed his host. And then he started complaining about it immediately. And I'm like, dude, no. And he's like, I was trying to promote my charity thing. And I'm like, well, you picked a bad time, bud.
I like how they pop in together. Like Jaffe can't just show up by himself. They're always there. It's like he's got a handler.
But,
he is his handler.
I did give him hit the host role back, but
Goddamn
I told him,
right.
like, bro, dude, you can't just. You're not a fucking host. Like, I didn't hire you, bro. You can't pop into other shows. So fucking weird, you know.
He's got a handler. Yeah. Are you gonna send us to Chernobyl?
That's the clip. That's all that was mentioned. I scrubbed through the
that was fun.
Like 20 minutes of it.
That was fun.
You can unmute them, Rob. That's it.
I don't have a
people
problem
love
with
me.
that.
People think I'm great.
You are
they
great.
Think,
I mean,
look,
look,
a good guy.
Xylee fucking likes you, right? So Jesus fucking Christ, man, you done something.
Didn't seem bad at all.
No, I wasn't bad at all.
Yeah. Other people did reach out to me saying, "Is Jaffe mentally ill? Do you actually have to take care of him?"
Oh, shut the fuck up, idiot. You know what?
Yeah, they think I'm your social worker handler.
Look, that's
Jaffe.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
For everyone in the show, I just want before people think like, oh my God, like there's a black guy that hates black people. We're just talking about stereotypes.
Who said you hate black people?
I did.
Who?
I said it too.
Okay.
Well, you guys are being racist together, so it's hard not to think that.
Okay, we're just saying that in some cases stereotypes are a real thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that people are bad or anything like that. It's just that each community has their things, so to speak, right? So that's all I was saying.
And by the way, nothing I said about that. Where did I want to go? I would rather go to a church that has a lot of energy. And it sounds like you're confirming that if you're going to pick between a Southern Baptist church that is predominantly white or black, go to the black one if the main reason is energy. That's not a negative thing. That's a positive thing. Just like, if I talked to Colin on Last Stand Media, Italian guy, he's like, oh yeah, Italians totally get into big family arguments and it's very warm and the dynamic is very community. And I love that. That's not a negative thing. People are too fucking, it's not that people are soft. I think people need to be considerate of others and sensitive to other people having different experiences. But the fact that a lot of these people, you can't even say anything about it. Like you have to pretend that there is no existence of differences between cultures.
Don't get me started on the Greeks.
Well, come on now. They're not good people. But we're not talking about the Greeks, though. Did you see, did you see Clash of the Titans, Bunny?
I'm half Greek.
I know. I'm kidding. Of course, I'm kidding.
But they don't know that.
No, but I know Bunny's Greek and Jake Henry with the world's most Greek name, Jake Henry, is
last
Greek.
name sounds Greek.
Oh, okay. But no, I don't hate anybody other than Bukkake, and that's not even a race thing. That's just because he's Bukkake. So Jay Styles says, I was raised Catholic in New Orleans. Then after Hurricane Katrina, I became a Cabaptist.
I remember Katrina, brother.
Me too. What is Cabaptist?
Capitalist Baptist.
Oh, understood. Understood, Jay. Yeah, no kidding.
I've been through all the major hurricanes, baby.
Read that message from Tech Protect in the chat.
Canty. Jaffe's legacy as the creator of billion-dollar games is tarnished as he supports these racists. You know what? Shut up, Canty. You know what, Canty?
Wow.
Canty wrote this. Canty wrote, Jaffe broke my heart. He was my childhood hero. He's a racist now. I miss the old Jaffe. Big Mac says the show's dragging on too long. You're not watching this fucking show. You pop in every now and then just to see if we're talking games. Like you've been watching the whole fucking show, Big Mac. Come on now. Anyway. But yeah, I'm glad that wasn't too bad, Tech, because I do think you got the short end of the stick today. You were just trying to do your job, man. Trying to do your job.
Yeah, you know what it is, though? It's time for me to be a fucking host on this fucking platform, so I stop getting this fucking shit.
Well, why don't
I'm gonna be the next guy on the Aussie live stream.
If that's what that's what you want, you should go do that. We should have a channel that rolls into your show after mine if you really want to start practicing hosting. See if you like it.
Fun.
But find something
like from the Jaffe channel.
Yeah, why not? We should build a network too one day. Why not?
Let's fucking do it. Me, Ludium, and my boy MK Ness.
Well, I don't know what you're gonna be. I don't know what you're gonna be talking about. What are you gonna talk about?
I'm gonna play fucking strategy games. Talk politics while I play strategy games.
So Destiny.
Does he?
I'm just gonna change my background the entire time.
Bitrate says Tech is tired of being the idol maker. I assure you, he hasn't made no idols yet. But yeah, okay.
I've done well for you.
You have, but we're not even.
I've exceeded expectations.
Okay, so
bitch. Don't grunt me away. Don't take my comment and be like,
No, I was just coughing. I'm thinking about where I'm going to go get a cert.
By the way, I left a pair of underwear in your house. I think it's either behind the couch or in the bathroom.
All I can tell you is that
I have those now.
Do you think I need a suit for a black church or a white church or both? Which one do I not need a suit for? God damn it!
You need a very nice suit for like a white church. You need a very flashy suit for a black church.
Now that's racist. Now that's racist.
Put a plume in it.
Jaffe, I'm DEI. I'm covered.
Well, fuck you. All right.
I told Jaffe I'm gonna give him grandkids. He's like, "Ooh, I get fucking privilege because they're his family."
I didn't say that. You said that.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, I get little Mexican babies."
It doesn't matter either way. So it doesn't. I don't even go. I haven't gone to church since my late teens. So.
You're agnostic?
I am too.
Yeah, I'm agnostic. Yeah.
Is it the same medication that Bukkake takes for that? What is that?
Well, All right, fellas, that is the show. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for putting up with this new format. I hope you enjoyed it. At least we're consistent, Bunny. Looking forward to seeing.
I'm actually glad I came on.
Format.
Me too.
Old format back. We want the old format back.
Do you really?
Yeah. Like for example, once again, if you decide to do an hour stream Monday through Thursdays, let's say like the last 20 minutes, you could open it up like you're doing right now. Have everybody come in, opine on the topics of the day, and just shoot the shit. But once again, what I would do if I was your personal assistant, 3 topics a day, kind of take some calls in between those topics, and perhaps like the last 20 minutes or even 30 minutes, do like an open call in like you're doing right now, and then end the stream Monday through Thursday. Wow. Fridays have like a free for all, and like a general chat free for all, and Saturday and Sundays you're off. Then that way Sundays you could go to church.
Thanks, right. I'm here to tell you right now, We don't care. Let me tell you.
But we're gonna run the gauntlet this way. How we're doing now. It just works out best for everybody.
Well, we will see how tomorrow goes. But regardless, 9:00 tomorrow. Me, Bunny, and as much as Keem may not like it, Tech Protect over on Madhouse. Hopefully, we'll see you there. And
Keem doesn't like anything.
And then we'll be back tomorrow here at 5:00. So that's all I got. Thank you guys. Seriously, Tech. Thanks, buddy. I'll text you tonight. Bunny, if I don't talk to you tonight, we'll see you in the morning. Okay.
Yeah. Night, y'all.
Bye, you guys. Thanks Thank you everyone for the support and the financial support and the community
Don't forget
support.
to tune in for the tech stream.
Yeah, we're gonna roll over to Tech. Tech's stream is coming up next.
And also the mods have a stream going too.
There you go. I'll push it. I'll push that shit. All right, bye, you guys.
I'll see you guys later.
YouTube folks, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye, Big Mac. Sorry to let you down, baby. Bye, Tracy. Bye, Canty.